everybody, and welcome to Sci-Fivision presents Fandom Access for March 31st. We have 4 shows tonight, so a little bit more than normal. We have the season premiere of Daredevil Born Again, and then we have the next episode of Monarch, followed by the season finale of Paradise, and then Karen and AJ will be doing For All Mankind, which I don't watch, but I need to catch up. But please, everybody, like the video, hype it if you can, subscribe to Sci-Fivision. It's always appreciated. I do want to say we have another special guest next Tuesday at 8 Eastern before this show. James Paxton, who plays John Garrett, the young John Garrett in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, will be on then. Other than that, I don't know. Do you guys think maybe I should finally announce one of our from guests? I keep saying I will and I keep not, but I told the members a few days ago. Yeah, I think it's okay.
We still got 19 days before the premiere. I think we should wait a little longer.
All right, fair enough. But at least the members get to know. If you get membership, you can watch the video and figure it out. But yeah, we will be doing from pretty soon, as well as watch parties. So make sure you stay tuned for all that good stuff. But yeah, next week is another S.H.I.E.L.D interview. But first, we have tonight. Oh, and if you missed, I will say, if you missed Axel Whitehead's S.H.I.E.L.D interview, you can also, of course, go back on the lives to watch that and stream it, as well as all our interviews on the video tab. So thank you. So you guys okay starting with Daredevil, I figure?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Our new one. What did you guys think about it? I know Karen didn't love it, but I already know that. What did you think, AJ? Let me ask you first.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot happened the first episode, just kind of reintroducing us to the situation in New York City. There's a few interesting Easter eggs if you caught them. So when was the mayor, or no, he's the mayor. Fisk is the mayor. So then the governor bursts into his office, and he's like, this can't go on like this. This has got to stop. Blah 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 blah. The person that calls him is
Valentina. I can't think of her last name, but now that you said that.
Val calls. That's who called him was Val, which means Val is the one that sent the smarmy Charles.
Yes, and also
ever wonderful Matthew Lillard.
Yeah,
Valentina LaFontaine or DeFontaine or something like that, right?
Yeah,
that's why we call her Val.
Yeah, that's easy.
Because her name is just too complicated.
I was surprised though that she was involved in the weapons thing. That kind of surprised me, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, and there's also an Easter egg. I guess you'd still call it an Easter egg right there, that you can see that they have on their uniforms for the task force. They have Punisher's symbol now officially. So
well, it's not an Easter egg. I mean, that's.
I know. I said it's not exactly an Easter egg. It's been in before, but it's worth noting anyway. Hey, Doc, Golden Child, welcome, guys. Dieter was here earlier.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome,
Dieter's usually here before us.
Yeah, well, I think it's because he's a different time zone. Sometimes he pops in, but it's appreciated either way. What are you there, Karen?
I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
What? Yeah, I just couldn't see. I didn't know if you were. What did you think? I know you didn't like it as much. But what did you think?
I mean, I just don't really like this show. I wouldn't watch this show if we weren't covering it on Fandom Access. I didn't really like it that much last year, as you guys know, and I found this episode mostly violent and depressing. And
yeah, that pretty much wraps.
I don't think you know what you're watching.
No, it's always violent. I don't know about depressing. It's always violent.
It's very depressing in its similarity to the real world.
Which is really ironic because this is actually a storyline in the comic books from like probably 15 years ago.
Which also
maybe even more.
Yeah, I don't really like Matt that much. Charlie Cox just doesn't do it for me. I'm not saying he's a bad actor or he's just not great for me in this role. He doesn't make me really maybe I'm not supposed to like Matt Murdock. I don't know, but he doesn't really generate a lot of enthusiasm or sympathy for me for his character. I hate Kingpin, right, which I'm supposed to, but
Well,
like,
him you're
but
supposed to
I
hate.
feel actual revulsion that I don't know if I can watch the show when he's on. Like, I just have a lot of issues with this show.
Kelly's asking, did you like the original or did you
I
dislike
never
it?
saw it. I never saw it.
Oh,
All I saw,
thought
I've
you'd
only
know.
seen the horrible Ben Affleck movie.
See, that might be part of the problem.
Yeah,
because
I've seen that horrible movie too.
if you'd seen the first 3 seasons on Netflix, you might feel differently about Matt.
I guess, but maybe they should have told us that, because I should be able to like this show on its own, right? Like, this show's supposed to stand on its own, or is it am I supposed to be required to watch that before I can understand and enjoy this?
I couldn't tell if that was coming from your place or my place.
It's coming from Karen. It always comes
No,
from
I wasn't sure at first.
And in theory, you should be able to jump in and just watch it, but in actuality, you don't know enough about Matt to really get it.
That's fair.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, and I don't really, as I said, I'm just like, this is not my favorite cast of actors, period. And I just, yeah.
As someone who watched it after watching season 1 of this, I will say I like it better now that I've seen a lot of the original. I mean, I didn't per se dislike him when we watched season 1, but I like him better now, so it might help. I would say it probably would help, and I'd agree with that. But you're right, you shouldn't have to.
It sometimes to me feels violent just for the sake of being violent, also. Which is not, like, I can watch some violence in television, but like sometimes it just feels like they're just trying to go there just to see what they can get away with, and just for the point of showing violence. Gratuitous. It feels gratuitous sometimes, the violence, I guess, is what I'm saying.
It often is. I will agree with that.
And I don't know that I need that in my life. So anyway, you guys, I'll chime in here and there, but mostly I will not try to bring the conversation down.
Okay, and I will do the best I can. I'm getting a migraine that is getting worse and worse, so I'm pushing
and I watched this episode twice, right, in 2 watch parties, and I intended to watch it a third time to try to see if I could, like, I don't know, get into it, but I ran out of time. Sorry.
Yeah.
The only person I hate is Heather.
Oh, I hate Heather. I hate Heather.
Who's? I'm like blanking on the character. Samuel said you don't like Private Pile. Who's Pile? I'm like blanking.
The hell? Yeah, I don't know who they're talking about either.
Yeah, not sure who that is, Samuel. Sorry. At least it's not just me. I figured it was me.
Someone may have played that character in another.
Yeah, maybe
somebody's other role. Who was I just gonna say I hate? What were we just saying? We don't like Heather. Oh yeah, and I do. We talked about this in the watch party. Heather's storyline is sort of not making any sense in this episode, right? But we'll get to that.
Yeah,
I get you. I get she has some PTSD, but just the way last season ended, where she gave Daredevil no credit, and she's just like, she's railroading these people, and she knows she's doing it.
that irritates me.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say also, for anybody who does want to watch it when we're done with the stream here, I will play it in Discord as well as Thursday for our other live stream.
Wait,
all right,
or play the next episode. You mean
play Daredevil? Play the new one, the one that's on tonight. Once we disconnect, if people want to see it, if they don't, we won't. But if they do, everybody can watch it with me because I'm gonna go watch it, assuming my migraine has not gotten too bad by then. All right, so the first thing is Daredevil going onto the ship to try to find the weapons, and the captain and the first mate, they end up sinking the ship so that way he can't get any of the weapons. But,
oh my god.
What?
Sorry, Jamie. I just realized who Private Pile is.
Who?
Vincent D'Onofrio played that character in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't a Daredevil thing.
It just dawned on me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
I haven't seen that in like 20 years.
Kelly said, I love the first series. I don't like what they did to Foggy, but I do like it. It is violent, but not as bad as The Punisher.
I agree, Kelly. I don't understand why they killed Foggy, but whatever.
Yeah, that's I have issue with.
Can I just say in my defense, in my defense on the violence thing, like, you know that I like The Boys, and The Boys is very violent, right? But it tends to be a little more of the exploding head variety of violence, like less, I guess, realistic violence.
All right, that's
Like
fair.
people shoot you with laser eyes and stuff like that. The Boys, right?
Okay,
And
so-
also, what's that John Cena show? He's very violent, right? And I like that show.
Peacemaker.
What's the John?
Yeah, Peacemaker.
I love Peacemaker, right? And that's very violent also. So I'm not a prude, you guys. It's really this show that
I never said you were.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just telling the chat. They didn't say that, but I don't want them to think that.
I think the original was even more violent, though, if I remember rightly, wasn't it, AJ?
Nah, probably about the same scope, but I mean, you want to talk about violent? Punisher.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Punisher series yet, so
is a lot more violent.
not that far. But anyway, they do decide to sink the ship. There's a cool fight scene here, though. But he ends up grabbing the tracker and putting it into the weapons cache so he can find it later. Puts the, I don't know what I said. Tracker.
It was a watch. It's not a tracker.
Watch.
He puts the guy's watch in there because he can hear it ticking.
So he can track it later, was what I was thinking. And I said tracker game.
Yes.
Puts his watch so he can hear the ticking later and come find it. But yeah, they do sink the ship. Even though there's people on there, they know that Fisk will kill them if Daredevil finds anything, but he's gonna kill him anyway. So really, maybe they should have thought that through. But but they sink it, and he comes out. I'm trying to not take as long as I normally do. So I'm
keep going. You're good. Hi, Kim.
Yeah, hi, Kimberly. All right, so he's living now in the bar, which I don't know if they had said last time, or I forgot, or if we just didn't know it.
No, this kind of picks up a couple months later from where it ended.
But he is dating Karen now. They're back together. Were you guys surprised about that? I mean, I definitely didn't expect it. I think other people maybe cared a bit more than I did, but
I wasn't surprised by it. It doesn't really matter either way to me.
So I wasn't expecting it. I have a hard time buying it. I don't buy those two together, and I think it's because they just launched us into a full-blown relationship, two people in love, and we didn't. It's one of those deals where I have to buy them together because I'm just told they're together, and we didn't see any development of it, and I don't really know much of any of their history except what I saw last season, right? So for them to be together to me was like, oh, the writers just shoved these two together in the off season. And
you need to watch the first 3 seasons. You really need to watch the first 3 seasons.
Okay, but I object to that.
Original series,
I object to that. You shouldn't make a whole new show and not tell people they have to watch the first 3 years to be able to appreciate this.
All right.
Right?
Let me ask.
I wonder if it's more like they don't want to say that because they didn't like it's a different network that it started on.
Let me ask a question.
For the continuation.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem, I don't know if it's so much a question, but I think part of the problem is if you didn't watch a show when it was first on and then you started watching a revival of that show, would you expect to know, you wouldn't know everything from before. So you got to kind of think of it like that.
I mean, I watched Roswell, New Mexico, and I had never seen Roswell or read the books, and I had no problem with that show. Right?
Well, that
was a remake. Now that was a complete remake.
This is meant to be a continuation of the first 3 seasons. Yeah. That's the difference.
But a different network and a different guy and a different. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. Sorry.
Other shows have changed networks, right, and been saved by an. Okay, so really, when Arrested Development, some people would argue that Arrested Development was not as good after it made the jump, right? When Arrested Development got picked up later, right? Some people think it was, but you would have had to have watched Arrested Development maybe to appreciate that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You couldn't have started watching it on Netflix if you hadn't watched what came before.
Yeah, maybe I should say it's required. It's suggested. Is how I'd say it.
But it isn't. They didn't suggest. No one ever did. Like you guys.
No, I'm telling you. I'm suggesting it. I know.
I'm suggesting it too.
I'm telling you, Garrett. Damn it, go watch it. No.
But I haven't seen that in the press. I haven't seen
you're
say right. That. I haven't. I'm only hearing it from you guys, right?
No, it's true. It's more of a continuation, but it wasn't really advertised that way. It's kind of like X-Files. you can watch the newer series, which I know wasn't as good as the first, regardless of that. But you can't appreciate some of the things. So it is a continuation.
I don't know. You can appreciate Lord of the Rings without watching The Hobbit. You really shouldn't, because those Hobbit movies are terrible.
I disagree, Jamie. I don't think if you watched the revival of X-Files, if you hadn't seen the 9 seasons before, I mean, I saw the 9 seasons, but I think somebody that hadn't and just jumped in would kind of be like, what the fuck is going on? Because there's a lot that they don't explain that you just have to know.
I kind of agree, particularly the relationship between Scully and Mulder. It might be hard to really like the way I'm having trouble with with Karen and Matt right now. Like
that was kind of my point.
Let me finish my sentence. Would people really get Scully and Mulder if you hadn't seen all those seasons?
Yes.
I mean, they call it Born Again, but it's season 4 and 5.
Kind of, yeah.
This is the last I'll speak of this.
Yeah. Anyway, my point with all that was I don't know that it mattered that much to me as it did some people, which is surprising because I usually am, the shipper. But I mean, I like it and it's cool, but I didn't expect it, but it wasn't as big of a deal. Yeah.
With everything going on, I don't know how they have time to have a relationship, but whatever. Moving on.
It is starting to storm here again. I can hear it right outside my window. It's getting there. So I'm trying to think. What the heck? So the one thing that I thought was he's telling her about the ship and that they need to find the pilot, the captain, in order to, try to protect them and everything. But the one thing I thought was kind of dumb is I got way too many pictures because it was from the other night. They have somewhere here, maybe not. I thought it was here. At one point, they showed the wig stand with the missing wig, and I was kind of like, did we really need that ahead of time? Like, I thought that was kind of like a dumb, unnecessary, I don't know, to make you know it was coming, I guess. I don't know, but might have been
maybe there were concerns that people would recognize her.
You know what, Jamie? I didn't even notice the wig stand. So there's that.
Yeah, it must have been later, but yeah, they do a close-up on it, and because we talked about it, it's kind of like, if you can't recognize her, then I can't help you. So all right. So yeah, they're looking for the captain of the ship. Meanwhile, so is Fisk and his people. He obviously wants them dead because he wants nobody to find out what happened. And the other important thing about this is he is telling everybody that Daredevil did it and phrasing it as a terrorist attack. And yeah, going after Daredevil. And I know we talked about this the other night, like the fact that they are saying it's terrorism. And I guess that is giving him the okay, I guess, to try to not give people rights. I mean, not that you could really do that, but I guess it puts it a little more in perspective of the fact that he's able to have this whole, vigilante thing and arresting them without.
He has the city under martial law. So, I mean.
And I guess if it's terrorism, he can use that as an excuse if he's saying that. But yeah, he wants them to find the captain and the first mate and kill them. He tells there's that Daniel and Sheila. I can't remember his name. I'm blanking on the guy's name, but he tells his other henchman guy to find him and kill him. So yeah, and there's the sunken ship. I think the ship looks pretty good though. All right. So then we go to the Capitol where we see Mr. Charles. Now, from when I had looked up stuff about this, apparently he's from the comics.
No, he's a brand new character.
Okay, I had read he was somebody in the comics. I don't read them, so I
think
can't.
People are speculating that he's going to turn out to be somebody.
Okay, that's fair. I just read what was said. I have no clue. But yeah, he's been sent by, like we said, by Dave Fontaine to, to take care of the issue and get her weapons. And they, don't want anybody to know what happened. And yeah, the last time we saw her was in Thunderbolts. I keep wanting to say Thunderbirds, Thunderbolt. I'm losing my brain. Okay, so we have more footage from the BB report. There's not really a lot to tell. She's trying to get people to see the truth, but she does show both sides, and some of them are for Fisk and other ones are against Fisk. And then here's the scene where they're talking about, I think that they got the manifest from the ship or something. I don't remember exact details, but he's going to go after them. And there's the shot I was talking about of the wig stand, which I think was kind of unnecessary, because you can tell it's her later. But yeah,
I think it's one of those details that's bothering you more than
anybody else.
Because you mentioned
I'm just saying, like, it was there, I guess, so you wouldn't be surprised. Like, it was to hint that it was coming. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know why you needed a hint of that.
It was such a quick shot, I didn't even notice it.
We all have shows that one thing happens that's like our pet peeve, and this is Jamie's pet peeve of the episode. My pet peeve is the whole episode.
Oh, I was gonna say Karen's is the whole episode.
Yeah, Karen just doesn't like it. It's okay. I did think it was funny though. Then they show his bald head.
Maybe that was the entire point of it, was just a transition.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be. So then we go to, now this is the Attorney General, I think. I don't remember.
No,
exactly.
that's the other guy is. That's the governor.
Okay, that's the governor. The other guy's the Attorney General. The point is, they're coming in to talk to Fisk, and they're like, we don't like what you're doing with the vigilante arrests and all that, and that you didn't get permission and blah, blah, and they're having a problem with it. And yeah, they're actually standing up to him, but it does not last for more than a couple minutes here, because this is when we have here, Mr. Charles comes in there and acts like he owns the place, and has Dave Fontaine call the governor on the phone and basically tell him you're going to do what he says. Now, AJ, since you know more about this, we were trying to remember, like, who these people are exactly, in the sense that, is Mr. Charles, is he CIA? I couldn't remember if
we don't know. We don't know who he is.
No,
he says he's from Langley.
Okay.
Val?
Yeah.
Val?
Is Val part of the CIA? That's what I couldn't remember.
I think she's director of the CIA at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, Val put together the New Avengers.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember who she was, like, government-wise, was what I was going with. But because I assume that he's working for her. Like I said, if she's CIA, I'm assuming he's CIA. That's an assumption, but
could be Hydra.
Usually Wrangling's FBI.
It could be Hydra.
yeah, maybe it's Hydra. I'm okay with that. Yeah, look, I love Matthew Lillard though. Like, I may not like the character per se, but I like him, so it's all good.
Well, it's nice to see him after that shitty thing that happened to him a couple months ago. Remember when Quentin Tarantino, just for no reason, said Matthew Lillard is the worst actor ever?
I hadn't heard
remember that in an interview. Quentin Tarantino, just in an interview, just like for really unknown reasons, no reason, said like, some actors are terrible, Matthew Lillard is the worst actor. And then like tons of people in Hollywood were like, shut up, Quentin, he's great. I've worked with him. He's really good.
Yeah, I had not heard that.
And also like being mean and a dick, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He was the perfect Shaggy.
Yeah. Hey, Dieter, welcome. So anyway, they're told by Val they have to listen, and they are now like sucking up to him, like everybody else.
See, that's right? Like, the whole thing is so stupid that like the mayor can just like can't declare martial law, can't do all these things he's doing, and then the CIA doesn't tell the governor what to do. Like, the whole thing is just ludicrous. Sorry, I have a lot of problems.
No, I can't disagree with you, but it doesn't bother me. That's
I know, it's so unrealistic that something like that in this country could happen.
Don't jinx it. We don't want more of that. Yeah. So anyway, there is showing that Karen is wanted for helping Daredevil. And here she is in her wig, and which is my point, just that it was very obvious it was her. I don't know who would have seen it and been like, not realized that was Karen, but you know.
It wasn't obvious to me at first, but that's because I was only half paying attention because I was already checked out of the episode.
Okay. That's fair. Anyway, she's in hiding now. Now we have Swordsman. Okay, now this is this scene that irritated me because I was mad at Heather at this point, like really pissed at her. And we did have a conversation like, what the hell is the Vice doing there in the corner? Was my question, because it's so out of place. And I don't know if it was meant to
Yes, that
scare him
too.
or just happened to be there, but it's weird. But yeah, so she is doing the sci-fi-vision, and he's basically like, I want a different person to do it. I have to approve them, or the defense has to approve them. And she's like, no, we can throw you in a cell and never let you out. So you better do what I say, is essentially how that conversation goes. And she threatens him. And then she does a sci-fi-vision, which if she did a true sci-fi-vision, maybe wouldn't be as bad, but she is going to change it to suit Fisk's agenda. So yeah, I get she has PTSD. I get, you know, she's having an issue, and I somewhere have the picture here where she sees what the hell's his name? The guy that almost killed her. Help me out here. What's his name?
Muse.
Muse. Okay. So she sees Muse, and she's like you said earlier, she's having PTSD. I don't know that that is really a reason to go against every single vigilante like Daredevil who saved her. But she was sort of last season was not really on Daredevil's side, but now she's clearly on the other side. But yeah, she's gonna screw him. I love though, like he's answering the questions right, and then whenever she says something like, "Do you think you're the smartest person in the room?" He's like, "Yeah." That was a good line. I did enjoy that. Let's see. He looks like the guy from Better Call Saul. I don't know.
He is.
He is. Okay, he is. There you go, Dieter. He is.
He was in Better Call Saul.
He was in Better Call Saul. So there you go. Yeah, that's Swordsman. But hey, at least he's out of the cell, I guess. Which shows you that Punisher clearly doesn't give a shit about anybody else, because he escaped and didn't help anybody. He just left him there to rot, right? Not that that's surprising. I'm just saying, yes, Tony Dalton is his real name. You are correct, Dieter.
Yeah. I don't know if her motivation here is ever going to make sense, or supposed to make sense. Why she would basically throw away her career and all of her like medical ethics and anything else that she ever had, right? For what purpose, I don't really know here.
Because she thinks Fisk is right.
Well, I have a theory that I will espouse, but at the end of our discussion.
Espouse it now.
I think that well, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Okay. Jamie knows my theory. Anybody who's in the watch party knows my theory, so we'll come to it shortly.
Yeah. And as I said last time, I need to clip the part from the interview of him talking about Daredevil. I need to remember to do that. I keep forgetting. All right. So yeah, she's gonna screw him over. Then we go back to I do not have my cast list up. What's her name? I've already forgotten.
Is her name Cherry, I think?
No, that's the cop.
No.
Oh, the cop is Cherry. Yeah, the cop is Cherry. Her name is
I don't remember either.
I forget her name.
Matt's
partner. Her name is Matt's partner.
Yeah. Her name's Kristen McDuffie. I found it. So yeah, her and Sherry are kind of holding down the fort while Matt's not there. She thinks he's missing. Obviously, Cherry knows where he's at, but is not telling her. And then this is when this guy, that there's no way I'm going to remember what his name is, but this the prosecution. that's enough of a description as the prosecution. Is trying to get her to jump over to their side and, you know, throw Swordsman in jail. He doesn't want her to help Swordsman. I mean, that's pretty much the whole thing. And he tries to bribe her into doing the wrong thing. But she, unlike Heather, is like, no, and refuses to cow to him. So yeah, at least somebody's standing up to him, if nobody else. So yeah, that's pretty much what that's about. And then we have, I love the way that tree looks. That looks so cool. I said that, I know, the other night, but it just looks cool. I don't know. I like it. So yeah, Cherry goes to see Matt, and, you know, Matt's kind of telling him what's going on and telling him that he trusts him and basically is willing to put his life in danger because he trusts them. But, you know, Cherry's been helping him, so it's all good. All right. Then we have this woman who I thought I had.
She's the restaurant owner.
Yeah.
She's the restaurant owner.
She is the restaurant owner, but I thought I had the episode up. So she is helping is trying to help the captain. I keep wanting to say pilot. Eventually I'm going to probably say pilot, captain, and first mate to get away because they're in hiding. She's right now. I don't know which one this is that's in there, but she's trying to.
It's the captain.
It's the captain. Okay. But the dirty cop comes in, part of the task force, and is like, have you seen either of these? Now, this, I know, Karen, I do think was a little bit extra violence that maybe wasn't necessary when he punches her in the face, because she won't, tell him where he is, but he gets up and runs. So he kind of like made it pretty obvious. Probably shouldn't have done that, but he runs away, but they do catch him. And who knows where he ends up, either dead or in a black site or whatever. He's not gonna get away, that's for sure.
I guess one thing this is not a way to get the public to be on your side. Like, Kingpin's a big Law and Order guy. He's got this private army that basically has no rules. But when you just go like punch, like beat women because they didn't like after I don't know. I feel like wouldn't the public pretty quickly lose enthusiasm? I mean, look at how the American public knew it, right? American public.
Karen, what are you talking about? He didn't punch her.
Yeah, he did. No, the cop.
No, he didn't. What are you guys talking about? Show me proof.
Oh, shut up, AJ.
That's how they're getting away with it.
My head hurts too bad.
She's disgruntled about this, that, or the other thing. That's why she's lying. The anti-vigilante task force doesn't hurt normal citizens. They don't do that.
The point is, nobody's going to know about it. You're right. If the public knew,
that was my point. Yes,
they're not going to know.
The public has no idea.
Yeah. And then here is part of BB's.
I thought I love that. This was funny as hell.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Making fun of that, and yeah, so that's what she's putting out now. And that is funny though. That mask is hilarious. All right, then we have Daniel, who is at a party, and BB's talking.
Still an idiot.
He's still an idiot, and she clearly is using him, but she also seems to be trying to help him. And sometimes I'm like, just forget it. Just like, don't even. Well, we're trying to help Daniel.
Well,
go ahead, AJ.
Go ahead.
They used to be friends, and I think she still like sees her friend and like wants her friend to like see the light and not make so many bad decisions, maybe, right? Like, they were friends. They were good friends.
Were they actually friends, or was it just he had a crush on her and asked her out or something?
No, they were actually friends. But that's what cracks me up is she's turned him down how many times, and the dude hasn't taken the hint yet.
Yeah.
Like, he continues to try.
Yeah.
But no, they were friends. They used to hang out all the time, and yeah, he liked her and tried to ask her out, but they were definitely friends. That's
okay. No, it's fine. I just didn't remember that part, I guess. But either way, she's also trying to get information from him, and he is stupid and doesn't seem to realize that most of the time.
Well, he seems to be on drugs now a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That's true too. All right. So Matt goes to talk to the restaurant owner and is basically like, I can help you, and shows who he is and that he's on her side. So she tells him a bit about the first mate, and he's going to go after him, trying to find him to help him. And then we have the cop here, the one that punched the woman, but I still don't remember his name. I knew his name when we did this Thursday. And I'm just like, try.
Powell.
Powell. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, where is, that's what I was going to say. Anyway, so yeah, Powell is questioning the captain, trying to find out things by, punching him, torture him, not maybe going about it the right way. He does admit that Daredevil was the one that got the ship, that came onto the ship, which is what they wanted to hear, and I guess all they really cared about, because the other lackey here, he comes and shoots him. Because first he's like, what you're doing isn't working, but then he ends up just shooting him. So I don't know what the point of that was, but
Is this where he says, I think maybe you like this too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does say that. And
I
I
mean-
think Hal does.
I think maybe the writers like it too much.
Maybe.
But you got to understand, Karen, it's who these people are. You know what I mean? Like Powell is that, Powell, that's why how he was able to create this task force, because Powell and Powell was already this type of cop to begin with.
Yeah,
you know
most of the cops were.
I guess
the cops that weren't, I think were.
I guess, do the writers think I'm too dumb to understand that without me having to see gratuitous violence on the screen? Like, I can understand that's who these people are without, I don't know. It wasn't even like any one scene that bothered me that much. It's just the proliferation across the hour, I guess, that bothered me. More
You know what, Karen? The violence to you is like a woman having sex with her bra on to me. Just.
Oh, okay. All right. So then we get Fisk and Vanessa there, his wife. Mr. Charles has come to talk to them about what's going on, and he is like, "Can I talk in front of your wife?" That did not go down well, because I'm sure that even if he didn't want him to, that he was going to say it in front of her, but he obviously tells Vanessa everything. So, that pissed them off.
Yeah, we know that, but it was still funny.
No, it was funny. But yeah, he basically is like, Val wants it taken care of, and he Kingpin talks about that he trusts his people, the ones that are going to unload the ship, that are going to go get the rest of the weapons. And he's like, well, you have no problem killing them after, right? And he's like, well, they're loyal. And I know we talked about this a little bit more at length on Thursday, about the fact that that this is probably, I think, is more strategic than him actually caring whether they die or not. But Mr. Charge is like, well, I'll give you some people to go get it instead, and we'll just kill them. That's essentially what he says. Kill them instead.
Yeah.
So,
do we think that insulting Vanessa is foreshadowing this man's downfall? Like, there's that part, it's in the scene, right, where he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend," and Vanessa goes, "But you did." Or Kingpin says it, right? And I felt like if you insult Vanessa in episode 1, you will be dead by episode 8.
Yeah, probably.
It's possible.
Because she's in lockstep with Kingpin right now, but we've seen that she can be a free agent.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that in the past.
She's definitely it's actually funny because she's more of a loose cannon than Fisk is.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, he's going to send in other people for Fisk to kill instead. And they all agree to that. And yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I love how, though, even though they're talking about stuff like this, they're still drinking their wine. you know? They're just so sophisticated, which is who they are. It's just, I find it funny.
Like the mafia sitting around. Come on now.
It's just so casual to them to talk about, like, should we kill these guys? Let's send in different guys to kill. And they don't even, like, have the slightest compunction about it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So then that's where Daniel sees them, that BB has sent a cleaner that he needs to pay for. All right. And then we have Karen talking to BB, and this is pretty much her talking about BB's uncle, that she feels her fault that he died. It was because he was protecting her and saved her life, but she doesn't want BB to push so much. She's afraid she's going to end up dead. And she's been pushing, maybe not as much as he did.
Basically, she doesn't want BB to end up like Ben.
Yeah, she's like her uncle. So yeah, that's what that is about. And she didn't know that that's why he died. But she does tell her that. All right. Now more of Heather. Okay, this is a scene that pissed me off even more. This is where she's talking to him, and he basically insinuates she needs to get answers that corroborate what they want. So yeah, she's going to erase the answers and make him look insane so they can throw Swordsman look insane so they can throw him in prison. Why she did it in pencil, I know we were talking about that, like she's just erasing it. I thought that was kind of funny, but irrelevant either way. She has gone to the dark side. So yeah, she is willing to, and there's views. So do you think, AJ, let me ask you, because we kind of talked about, like, do you think that they're showing him for a reason? Like, is she going to get worse and maybe go over even more to the dark side? Do you think because they're showing that? We talked about, like, maybe
I think the whole point of it is because just to show that she has PTSD and it's still on her mind.
I mean, we had a discussion. Did some people think, like, is he going to come back? Right? Or is
no, he's not going to come back. He's dead.
I'm not saying I thought it. I'm saying people said it.
Well, those people need to pay attention to the show because he's dead.
I said that I think it was me that said, it's that we were talking about the fact that, like, it would be possible that maybe she could become.
No, shut up. That is my theory that I
said I couldn't remember if I said it or who said it, but
wait, hold on, Jamie. You couldn't remember if you said it or Karen said it.
Karen wasn't on the live. She was in the chat. So either way, I agreed with the theory was my point.
After he appeared like 3 or 4 times and she sees him multiple times, she's clearly like very traumatized that she keeps seeing him. I theorize that she's so traumatized, maybe she's going to dissociate and like assume Muse's persona and become Muse or become a killer or a copycat. As Jamie said, more like she clarified she could become not him but become like a copycat. Right?
I could see that. That is not a bad theory. I however would hate that because let's just be done with the Muse storyline. And let's be done with Heather too.
If she could be killed, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah, only if it gets her killed, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that must just be her remembering it.
This is where she erases his
that he's possessed by evil.
Well,
this is why
you didn't misremember anything. That was the whole part of the same scene.
Yeah. No. I said showing him was her remembering it because I didn't know why it was in that order. But yes, her erasing his answers. Yeah, she should have used pen. They should have been like, "Don't you use pencil?"
Well, in case she makes a mistake and needs to, change
I'm
her answer
also
later.
A little bit horrified that she like is conducting her test with some kind of like standardized test. Like she's trying to prove that this man has a very complex and sophisticated delusion, and she's doing it with some sort of test that she got out of a workbook or something. I know there are standardized tests that doctors can give, but she's not like providing any sort of notes or nuance to it, right? She's just like checking boxes. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Well, they're just wanting
anyway
in deeper prison. Samuel feels like Muse was wasted. I didn't love the Muse storyline, so that's all.
You mean last year that he was wasted, or
last season? Yeah. I didn't really like the Muse storyline all that much.
I didn't either, but I hate
violent. To me, that was over the top violent too much that I didn't need. In that
and I hate serial killer stories because they're just so unoriginal. Like every single show is about a serial killer nowadays. Not every single show, but there's a lot of serial killers on television nowadays.
Yeah, I get what you mean. This is where they are practicing, and I'm just laughing because we talked about the fact that he's got a hammer. It's fun. Not sure why, but they are, or Karen is, I should say, is practicing fighting, and Matt starts going a little too fast. But hey, at least she's learning to defend herself, so I'm guessing that will be used in the future, and she'll probably kick somebody's ass, and maybe won't need Matt as much. So that could be a good thing. All right, they talk a bit about Foggy. And about, that they still are affected by him.
They missed the good old days.
Yes. All right. And then, hold on, my thing froze. What the heck? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out where it was. It completely froze. Okay. So there is the first mate who came to the restaurant, and he's trying to get away, and Matt is hopefully going to be able to help him. But before that can happen, Cherry is at his apartment when the dirty cops come. Now, AJ, I want your take on this. We talked about this. Was this like a kind of like a signal supposed to be to Matt that something was going on, or is it just like he kept checking in with them and he's like, yeah, I can't come, so he knew to come, or did he hear it? Like, I was a little confused by the whole text message thing. I don't know that it really matters, but it just irritated me.
Oh no, that was definitely him telling Matt, "Hey, I'm going to need your help." I like how he answered the door though. He's like, "Yeah, you're not coming in," and he already knew they were going to bust the door down. So he's like, "You're not coming in. Nope,
Yeah.
you're not coming in. Nope. Okay, yep, there you are." Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he put his hands on his head, because he didn't want to give them any excuse.
Yeah, to just
Yeah, he doesn't want to end up dead. But they come in and they start beating the shit out of him until Daredevil comes, knocks him out. He's got his new costume there. What do you think, AJ? I like the red costume better, but I know it. I guess it's come from the comic book, so you might like the red black better too.
No, I like the red the best. I don't dislike the black one. The one I hate is the yellow one. I hate the yellow costume. I mean, Matt's had a lot. He's had a lot of different costumes through the years, but what we've seen on the show, I hate the yellow costume. I think the black costume looks really good. His costumes always kind of fit the mood he's in, I guess you would say, the type of story he's in at the moment. I do like the red one better, but the black one works for this.
Yeah, it works. I just think the red one, I don't know if it's partially that it shows up better, but that's kind of like why I like it.
It is a very dark show.
He can hide better in the black one.
Yes, he can, but that's why I like it, because he stands out a little bit better in the other one. Thank you, Dieter. Yes, everybody, please make sure you share the video, like it, hype it if you can, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification button. All those good things. And join our Discord for watch parties. All right, so now there are more cops coming in, and Matt is fighting them, but he gets distracted because he hears that Cherry could potentially be having a heart attack. I love this, though. I love how that froze. That's like a great shot. Oh, I'm going to kill you. But yeah, he is distracted too much by Cherry, who does seem to be potentially having a heart attack there. But it makes him distracted enough that he starts thinking about Foggy, and then they are able to grab him. And I was pretty surprised they knocked him out. I mean, obviously this was leading to what happens, but they knock him out. They go to knock him out. First, they take his mask off. Sorry. They do pull his mask off. And they're like, hey, it's Matt Murdock. I would think most people's response would more be, hey, it's the blind guy, than hey, it's Matt Murdock. But, you know, that would be my surprise more so than the person it is.
I mean, don't you think him like having Foggy come to his mind is about Matt's own trauma from that night and his inability to save his friend, and here he is maybe now unable to save another friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I just was surprised that it went that way. But obviously it does not matter because all of the cops are killed by gunshots.
I said in the watch party, we all kind of said, as soon as they pulled Matt's mask off, I knew they were immediately dead. He's not going to be unmasked in episode 1.
Well, that's the funny thing, because I saw him get unmasked and I thought, what the hell are they doing? Because these idiots aren't going to keep their mouths shut. So I'm like, how does Matt get out? I like the whole time I'm thinking that something's going to happen right before they get the mask off, and they got the mask off, and I was just like, what the fuck? I'm like, how are they going to spin this storyline? And then 2 seconds later, they were all dead.
Yeah, 2 seconds later, they are dead by Bullseye. So Bullseye is back. Yeah, how do you feel about this, AJ? I have not seen the full storyline from him just because I hadn't seen the stuff yet, all of it in the original series. But
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's as simple as that. Bullseye hates Kingpin, and not anything from really the first series, just from this. I mean, they double crossed him in season 1. So he's after Fisk.
So they're probably going to work together. Maybe reluctantly, hopefully reluctantly if they do, but they're probably going to work together.
Reluctantly, Matt put him in prison.
Yeah. A lot of people thought when they saw a knife, or I was thinking it was a gun. I said they were shot, but when he saw the knife come, thought that
they were shot, and then he threw the knife.
And then he threw the knife. Yeah. But a lot of people thought I guess that was going to be Jessica Jones until you saw the bullseye, which I hadn't really, I guess, thought about, like, thinking about it.
Jessica doesn't go around shooting people.
No, but we know she's at some point gonna pop in.
Yeah, we know she's gonna show up, but
yeah. But no, this is Bullseye, so that is where we are left at the end of the episode. So
I hate Bullseye. I hated that guy.
Well, you're not supposed to like him.
Well, no, you're supposed to be pissed he killed Foggy more than anything, I think. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I didn't really care about Foggy that much. He dies so early when I didn't really know him. So I guess this is another one of those examples that I was supposed to go back in time and watch for 3 years so I could care about this character who gets killed, right?
You don't have to go back in time. It's on streaming.
You know what I mean?
But I think that you definitely need the other series for, because I know when I watched the older series, I already knew he was going to die, and it's kind of like one of the main characters for the whole series, and it's like, how could you kill him? So
yeah,
you definitely would feel differently if you'd watched it.
We'll talk about time travel a little later.
We will in just a little bit.
Yeah. So what was your theory, Karen? You want to talk about your theory? You mentioned.
No, you blew it. My theory was that Heather's going to become.
Okay. The Heather thing. I'm sorry.
Assume the personality of Muse and become some sort of a masked vigilante, sort of in her own right, whether she knows about it or not.
Moving on.
All right. Well, if we're done with this, the only other thing I will mention is when we're done the stream again, if you guys want to do a watch party for this, let me know. We'll put it on the newer episode, and also we have one on Thursday at 9:30, because our live stream for Daredevil, our deep dive, is on Thursday night at 11. And the interview for this, it may not be live, but it looks like it's going to happen. I won't say more than that, but that excites me. So yeah. All right, next show. Let's move on to Monarch. I'm going to switch pictures here. Oh, crappy. Hold on. I think they're in the wrong order. There they are. You guys can start talking while I'm changing pictures,
This was episode 5. I forget what it's called. A lot happened in this. Doc.
I did not love this.
I didn't either. Doc Kaiju's prediction came true, right? Doc. I don't know if Doc himself predicted or Doc mentioned that other people had been predicting that Hero would die.
I think it was his prediction, because he had said something to me about it before too.
I think they botched. I think they botched it. His death. I'm not opposed to him dying, but I feel like they could have done it better. I want to, when we come to it, we'll talk about the choices the writers made. I'm getting really sick of Brenda. I thought she acted a little bit out of character in this episode to just kind of lose her shit. And I liked what they did with the Titan, with Titan X.
Brenda's like a toddler.
She's like a toddler.
Yes.
AJ, you didn't like this episode very much?
No. I feel that they've really dropped the ball by killing Hero. There was so much story there that we're never going to get. It almost felt like, he got his episode, and like the redemption between, the acceptance between him and his mother happened in 5 minutes. Like he was mad for 2 minutes. 5 minutes later, he's accepted everything. We get a little bit of flashback, and he's dead. I don't, I've said all along, I love this show because I finally care about the people and not the monsters. Yeah. And this episode did nothing for me there. I mean, I've got other problems that I'll wait till we get to the end, that I'm not crazy about the storyline, even though I'm not surprised that's where they're going.
Yeah. I was surprised they killed him. I don't, not a lot happened in this episode until that point. That was kind of the big part of the episode. But yes, I totally agree with everything you said. He kind of went through his emotions really quickly there. And I feel like all of this was just kind of lead up to his death. Him finally coming to terms with it and everything. But yeah, I was surprised. Let's see.
There's a slew of comments about that. I don't know if you want to talk about it. Might as well
Yeah. just do it now. Yeah. He agreed. Doc agreed. Thought that he was going to die.
Well, yeah, but you didn't.
What?
Can you put it back? You left out the main part, especially seeing how
especially how he's moved to guest star. Sorry, right.
Some people maybe can't read or can't see this.
All right, I did move off it.
But or maybe they're driving and listening to us and can't read these. But yeah, I remember now Doc mentioning that actor had been moved to guest star, and was that a sign also?
Yeah, because he was one of the main characters there.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc did say I was wrong about the funeral in my initial predictions. I thought it would be earlier and be for Verdugo. Sorry, that was to Kelly.
Kelly said, I thought they would have at least waited a few more episodes to off him.
Yes, and he talked about the guest star. Okay, and then Dieter said, I wish they didn't kill him. Yeah, I liked him. I mean, his story wasn't as good this season, I guess, in a way, although he was in it more than
absolutely
he was.
Not. I completely disagree with that statement, Jamie. Everything between him and the kids and his mother now and Lee, I mean, he's right in the center of the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, the whole point of the show isn't these people, but I mean, they're your main cast. They're your main story. Their interactions and emotions and everything is why I like this show so much. And you kill a central part of that. You completely rip out a whole part of it.
I'm just saying, like the first season being all about kind of him not being there. I don't know. I found more interesting, I guess, but it wasn't
the first season they were trying to find it.
I'm just saying, and I said he wasn't even in it as much. So
I thought they attempted to resolve all of that. I can't believe we watched a whole season about trying to find him, and now he's dead halfway through season 2. That's pretty annoying, right? The whole 10 episodes or however many last year about how to find him. Now we got him and he's dead. He also he knows the most of anybody at Monarch. He knows the most about the Titans, and now he's dead, right? He's like been chasing Titans around the world as a genius. And I think that they failed to adequately resolve the emotional beats around his relationship with his children and his wife. And now they've killed him. And do they think they've given resolution to that story? Because they haven't. He didn't apologize to any of them for what he's done. He was told dick to his mother right up until almost the second he died.
Yeah, he blamed her for the same stuff he did. Which, look, I get that he was hurt by it, but, you know, he didn't
hurt by it. She didn't cheat on him.
No, I mean, he felt like it wasn't her fault. He felt like she abandoned him. She didn't do it intentionally, but he stayed upset about it, and then he turned around and kind of did the same thing pretty much.
But that's my point. He was mad at her for 5 seconds and then forgave her right after. It wasn't earned.
I did not ever read him forgiving her in anything that I saw. And I watched this episode twice. I do not believe he forgave her ever.
When they had that conversation after he realizes that he did the same shit.
He never says, I did the same shit.
He didn't say it like that. He didn't say it like that.
He never admits. He says, like, I always thought it was because of me, and now I realize that's not true. And he leaves hanging. What he leaves unsaid is like, oh, he left because of you. Like, I felt he was a total ass all through it. I felt like when he said, I realized Billy didn't leave me because of me. Like, what the rest of that sentence is, he left me because of you. And we can talk about it when we come to it. But I did not. I feel it was really unresolved.
I agree that I think ultimately it was, but it was like he mellowed too quick. Like it was. Yeah. It shouldn't have taken an episode to do it.
And I was mad he dies with the 2 women present, and Kentaro is sent off screen when his father dies.
Oh, that irritated me a lot. As an adult, he enjoyed that his mother was the problem for his dad leaving him. I'm not sure exactly what you mean like that. I guess because he started blaming.
Well, he did sort of enjoy. He's a lot of her.
Hi, Scarlett. Hi, Scarlett. I guess the fact that he was like, now it's not my fault. I don't have to blame myself. But it wasn't really her. Wasn't really her fault either. But I mean, it was enough that he blamed.
He thinks it was her fault. To him, he believes Hiro reads the letter and dumps the kid like the next day.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, welcome. make sure everybody you check out Doc's channel for one. I always forget this. I'm so bad at this stuff. Make sure you guys check out Doc Kaiju's channel, especially because he does Monarch too, and also Tony's channel, who of course does lots of From like we do, Tony Teflon. So yeah, check out both of those. Sorry that I suck at promotion for myself and for everybody else. I'm getting better though. All right, so we get this flashback here of Hero with the one wife not there for his other kid, which this is him not being there for Kate. This is kind of the opposite, but when he's there for Kentaro's mother.
How did you? Well, I mean,
How was that
I
opposite?
he wasn't there for her. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't there for her, but it wasn't like he was abandoning her. Quite
He doesn't finish the song with Kate so he can go see his new child.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty. I felt it was really a setup. Like they're setting it up like, oh, he's calling Kate. He actually was trying to be a good dad. And then you see he's literally like his newborn son.
Sorry, gotta go.
His son is like, I don't know how, like, I
He could have waited 5 minutes and finished the story. Let's put it that way.
No,
right?
I read it the other way. Like your wife's in labor and you go out to call your other kid with your secret other family. Like it's shitty all around.
Yeah, it is shitty.
She's just like had a baby holding their newborn son and he's out in the lobby talking to someone else on the phone. It almost doesn't matter who it is, right? And he's calling to sing Kate to sleep, and then he doesn't take 90 seconds to finish the song, right? And it's just bad. It's just not. I felt like they were setting us up to make it look like he was being a good dad, and then boom, he's not. Is he not a good dad? I don't know. Do some of you out there feel like he's a guy that's like in a can't win position? I don't have that much sympathy, but maybe some of you do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that I'd say he necessarily always wasn't a good father, but he put himself in that position. You're right. Yes. with what he said. He's in an impossible position, but he's the one that was with both of them. So he caused the position. So it's his fault at this point.
He created a situation that and Kate's the old, right? He had a wife and a child, and then he goes out and gets another wife and a child, and it's not.
Yeah, and saying he fell in love is not a good enough excuse. I don't have a lot of sympathy for Hiroshi, says Doc, and Golden Child says he's a boy in a man's body, the story of his whole life. This is true.
Yeah.
And he hung up on Kate and didn't even hear her say she loved him.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, plus the other thing is you got to think of too, the baby doesn't know whether he's there or not, where she does. Like to him, he's not. Yeah, not.
Well, the woman who just pushed that baby out of her body knows if he's there or not.
Yes, but I'm saying in Kate's point of view, he's back there. Yes, you are correct. All right, fair enough. Okay. So sorry, go ahead.
I don't really feel that he deserves the understanding that Lee gives him, or even the comparison where Lee's like, she fell in love with two people. You should know about that. And Lee's giving him grace that, at least Keiko, she has this one night stand and she turns away from Lee and says, no, I can't do this. I choose Billy. And she's faithful and loyal to Billy until her death, right? Whereas Hero's like, oh, I can't make up my mind between my two girlfriends. Let me just secretly have them both. As, Golden Child says, that's a boy. That's a boy's response, right?
Yes. And not her death. We thought she was dead. You say her death. All right. So then we see.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he believes it. I mean,
yes, they think she's dead.
I mean, she's loyal to Billy up until Billy's death. She just happens to be on a different timeline.
All right. So that's when they have their conversation about what happened. As we said, he's not acting the way that he should.
He's a total jerk.
He is. Okay. And then they, in the flashback, go to, or no, this isn't in the flashback. Sorry, this is now. They go back to Soledad. As we said last week, this is where they think the Titan is going now that they know the migration pattern, which is where it's going. But that's why they're traveling there. But so is Apex, who has set up their base and is trying to use her tech to control the Titans. And there's Brenda, and I agree. I don't like Brenda either. I know we said this earlier. I do not like Brenda. She's annoying. Yeah, and I think May needs to learn and figure out this is not a good thing, right? she hasn't quite come up to that decision yet, but hopefully she will soon.
I think
Sorry, go ahead.
maybe May doesn't have enough corporate experience to recognize bad leadership when she sees it. And she's believing the sales pitch that Brenda gives to everybody, not just to May, but this is a sales pitch Brenda has probably given to her investors and to all of her other employees. And she's actually not that good a manager and I mean, everybody in every science fiction has the bad scientist who's filled with hubris and thinks they can do anything, right? And she's it. And I think May's, I think, as far as I can tell, May's had one job. Cora's had one job in her life. It was working for Brenda for a couple months before she stole the code. And then, I don't know, this is almost like an abusive relationship that Cora keeps coming back to.
I feel like the other thing is that she is like, oh, your code's so great. We want you here because you're so smart. Like, it's also got that side of it too.
And again, to an experience to recognize smoke being blown up her ass.
Yes. Very true. Very true. All right. So then we have Hiroshi talking to
This is where Lee says, like, she happened to fall in love with two men. I think you of all people should know something about that. And
look, he should have given her a break. That's all. I was sorry. I was just going to say, like, he did the same thing. I don't know that he deserves a break, but she didn't do quite what he did. So hers wasn't as bad.
I mean, this is like, hello, pot, I am the kettle, right? Right?
Yes, that is a good description of what Hiroshi's doing. You're right. All right. So then we have Tim here who is talking to his boss, and he's like, I don't like what Apex is doing. I don't remember exactly their conversation, but he's basically not listening to Tim. I remember that much.
Well, he does. By the end of it, he says, okay, Tim, you need to show me the proof and the data if we're going to do this. So I think I'm sure that some of you can correct me, but this is about wanting to go to San Soledad, right? Santa Soledad, I think it's called, right? And the director not feeling that they don't have proof that that's where Apex is. And Tim's like, I have it from a very reliable source that's where they're going, right? He doesn't want to give away his source at first.
Yeah. Does he agree to let them go, or does he sneak them out? I can't remember. He does.
Okay, he does. But, then Tim says, okay, the source is like Billy Randall's old map that he drew like 50 years ago. And, it's a little sketch. Or as the kids say, as my nephew would say, it's a little sus. But but he lets him go. I think that's the synopsis of that scene.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I love it. It's like, listen to me, damn it. All right. So they are on the plane there, and they are on their way to, There's not very much, I feel like, in this episode with Kate and Kentaro till the very end, the stuff with Kate. There isn't a whole lot.
They've barely had any scenes together this season. They were together. They were together in almost every scene in the first season. Every scene they had was together almost, and now they barely have any scenes together at all.
Yeah, other than they're on this trip too. That's pretty much what's going on. All right, so there's the map they're following, and I don't remember what the conversation's about. Sorry.
This is everybody. Oh my, Jamie. This is everybody is like walking in twos, and
and they end up together, but I don't remember what they say.
Well, Kate is like still complaining as she should, right? And AJ, isn't this where Kentaro says like you should have seen him when he thought you were dead? He didn't sleep for 2 years. He was crying. Blah 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 blah. Kentaro's really cutting his dad.
Well, I mean that's because Kentaro's been with his dad for 2 years.
Yeah.
Kate saw him 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was down in the Access Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure her father loves her. Nobody's saying he doesn't love her, but he still maybe is finally making choices maybe that are a little better that he should have made a long time ago, but it's too little too late.
But it does seem like Kate's mother was the one who was like cheated on, right? Like he was married to Kate's mother first and then went and got this second, like,
yes, it is.
I mean, he betrayed them both, but they were betrayed first.
Yeah. All right. I think he's just telling her that about Hiroshi, isn't he? Sorry. Sometimes this is why I like taking more pictures. Sometimes it reminds me more of what's happening in the scene.
I just watched it 90 minutes ago, but I can't. Okay. I don't think it really matters that much.
Yeah,
you know where this is
take
going.
notes.
Yes. Well, I did not, and
I did make a note of this guy's name. Is Jason?
I know. Jason. Okay.
Jason. Yeah.
I can stop.
Nobody heard me, but I said his name was Jason last week.
I know, but I had Travis on the brain. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll probably still call him Travis and forget Jason. Sorry.
Whatever.
But I will try Jason. All right. So Apex is there. We already know that Apex is there, and they are trying to control them.
Every time he addresses her, he always calls her boss. And I mean, I've never heard anybody in my workplace address the boss as boss. And like every time he calls her boss, he just gives me the impression of being like a low-level lackey. Like,
I think he's a little higher up the food chain than the low level, I think.
Yeah, this is like what a henchman calls
the mid lackey.
Like, okay, boss. Okay, boss. He always calls her boss.
Yeah. Well, maybe he knew her outside of work. I could see like that. Maybe like he knew her before they worked together or something like that.
I don't think Brenda has friends, but
all right. Kid Critter theorizes Jason could be a space alien. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know that I buy that dog, but okay. I kind of doubt it too.
Hey, listen, Doc, we're not going to space yet. That's a movie that's forthright.
Yeah, that's a different show. All right. So they're on their way. We've already said now they're all connected and on their way to St. Soledad to figure out what's going on.
They're on the island. They're walking around.
They're on the island, but they're coming onto the island. Apex is already on the island. And there's May. All right. So we kind of talked about this. Brenda is trying to get her to be more on her side.
Well, I don't think there's question of being on her side, but May has
want to do what she wants. She wants her to think that what she's doing is a good thing.
May has doubts about whether it's technically possible to do what Brenda wants to do, and Brenda is like, "Oh, you just need to think bigger." Right? Like Brenda doesn't want to hear it. Like this is another typical mad scientist that like people are like, no, I don't know if it's really possible. This might be where she says, this is not some little leaf wing you can like sit on your shoulder and feed peanuts, right? This is like a massive titan, and like Brenda doesn't want to hear it. Brenda's like, you're not thinking big enough, just do it. But and this, I guess this in the end kind of foreshadows where she says like, I don't know if we can do it, and we're going to see by the end that no, it won't work.
Do it. Right? She needed more time. Nobody listened.
Need more time. Yeah.
I hate internet. All right. So I was trying to get notes up, but I lost them. All right. So they are sneaking in, and they end up at the outpost. And now they don't know they're there yet. They've avoided them, but there's more of Billy's stuff.
Yeah, right. They see that Billy was there and that Monarch hung around until 1961, waiting for it, and it never came back.
And you know what? You know what happens every time they go to a new outpost? Reminds me of Lost.
Oh,
it reminds me of Lost. Yeah, it kind of does.
I thought, there's a bed. Please no.
No, it's okay. Hero's there. You know what's really funny though? I feel like this set is the same set that they used for the cabin because it did seem very similar.
It does seem like the.
They just moved the furniture around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. This is not working.
What? Changing the picture?
No, I'm trying to. I have too many things open. All right. So this is where you were saying that like they don't really make up, but they talk, and he does still, I think. So I mean, look, they're getting along, but I agree with Karen. I don't think he has absolved her of, in his eyes, I don't think she's absolved of.
I mean, she makes, I think maybe I guess I just kind of, since I didn't get any more because they killed him, I kind of inferred it a little because of the last thing that he says to her, which is, when he realizes, I've been blaming all these other people for the mistakes I've made, blah 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 blah, and I realize that I'm to blame for all the people I've hurt, basically. And then he says to her, "You've owned your mistakes, and now I own mine." So I kind of, I guess I kind of inferred it.
Yeah. Doc says they almost kind of make up, but they leave loose threads to make it hurt more. Yeah. Loose ends. Yeah. Well, thank you, AJ, for recapping his dialogue there at the end that's at the end when he dies, right? He does kind of, I mean, at least he admits that he's done the same thing, right? He doesn't actually say, I understand how you could be in love with two people. I did it also. I'm sorry, Mom. That's what I wanted, right? Yeah. But that's as close as we got.
Yes, but we would like to see more of that.
Well, we won't. So
we won't. It's too late. He's gone. I mean, I guess he could be in flashback, but I kind of doubt it at this point.
But it doesn't matter if he's in flashback because it's not like they're going to have a conversation that they didn't have.
True.
Yeah.
At least they were getting along, though. I like that. We get more of this flashback, which doesn't. This is when he was talking to Tim, and I think he was getting ready to go see the one, and then left again, right?
He was on his way to see Kate, I think, right?
Yeah.
See Kate and her mother, and Tim's like, "We need you," and he's like, "Okay," and he totally takes off again.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, in the present, here they are. They know that the Titan is coming, and they're trying to. Meanwhile, Brenda thinks they can just fix everything and control it, and it's all going to go good, which we aren't. Yeah, he's Monarch. That is accurate. Well, it didn't eat him, but he's still. All right, so Brenda's not worried, even though the Titan's coming. She thinks that their tech is going to work, and I think we all kind of figure it's not.
Well,
but yeah,
of course not, because I don't know how many times May had to say, I need more time, I need more time, I need more time, I need more fucking time.
And she's like,
do it anyway.
Brenda's like, don't ask for time, just do it. It really, she's supposed to be a tech genius also, right? And she really comes across as like a figurehead who's not capable of understanding the tech in this case, right? She's totally incompetent in these scenes, right?
Yeah.
I guess the money is clogging her vision.
Could be.
Hubris.
The hubris.
Yeah. And then we see the Titan come up here. Wait. May's trying to dial it in on the tablet there, and it clearly doesn't work. Well, it does work for a second, but it ends up ripping the tentacle off.
I think the beginning of that scene was where Lee's like, I gotta go talk to May and find out what's going on, and she's like, you need to get out of here. I don't want you to get hurt. And then the Titan comes up, right? Like May is still, she's not. I mean, she's not. She doesn't want to be working against them, and she still considers them her friends. But she is
working against them.
Well, she's not. She believes in Brenda's work. She doesn't. I said she doesn't want to be working against them. I didn't say she isn't working against them. She doesn't want to be, but she believes in this work because she's stupid.
Yeah. So
the problem with May is
whole Sonic thing.
She likes the application of it, but she doesn't like. She knows that Apex's motives aren't, like she knows the monster shouldn't be controlled, but she likes the idea that they can, it would save lives technically if you only used it for that aspect. She realizes what Apex is up to, but she's kind of caught in the middle.
Yeah, it's like anything that turns into a weapon the government uses on TV shows. Like,
exactly.
It's bad.
Not just TV shows.
I mean, she's ignoring that voice that's telling her it's not good, though, which is the problem. But yeah, she doesn't want her friends to get hurt. You're right about that. She does care about them. So the scarabs, these are the scarabs, right? It's hard to
Those are the scarabs, yes.
Yeah, they're scary.
Yeah. They're being pulled to the surface there.
They're not
And
being pulled to the surface, they're running to the surface.
They're climbing.
Yeah,
It's not like there's a magnet.
No, but I mean it hears them and they're coming to the, I'm not describing it right. But either way, they're coming to the Titan. And she's watching it on there, and this is kind of when it all goes to shit. Because the Titan is coming, whether they're ready for it or not.
I mean, it seems to me that they should have anticipated this, and maybe they did, because when they first start coming, Lee's like, scarabs, everybody they start grabbing poles and everything, right, to try to it is now very predictable that when Kokoi appears, that 1 million scarabs are going to show up also, right?
Yes. And they're not after the people, but that doesn't mean they won't hurt them if they're in the way, basically. That shot, though, makes that thing look kind of cute, doesn't it? That face. I don't know. I think it's
not really.
I think it is. Okay. Golden Child says, May knows she's smarter than Brenda and wants to run that company. Yeah, but I don't know that that's going to happen.
I don't know if I agree with both parts of that sentence. I agree that May knows she's smarter than Brenda. I don't know that I see such ambition in May to run that
company. I don't know that.
I don't either.
I think she's more about saving people, but
it doesn't mean you can't
want
to run the company. I don't think May wants to be a manager or a corporate executive. I think she just wants to be a hacker.
Yeah.
But either way, she's putting her faith in them, which she should not do. All right, so Lee gets hurt there, and Kate goes out to look at the Titan and just stands there and stares at it. And this is kind of like where you're like, what are you doing?
Well, she's being compelled.
Part of it,
I knew what she was doing.
She's being
the first time we've seen.
Remember, she said when she was at the beach, when she heard a song coming from the sea, and Kintara laughs at her, but she's like,
yeah, this has to do with the vibrations.
She's not just walking out and staring at it like a dummy. She's in some sort of communion with it or something, right?
I guess, but I still feel like I was yelling at her, like, what the fuck are you doing? Even so.
It was her father, but I don't think she's capable of not doing it at this point.
See, right? I thought it was, I wasn't worried about her doing it because it was.
Because she's the star, it's episode 5?
And not just that reason, 2 reasons. One, because we've seen it before in the movies, and with a different monster, and the monster wasn't making any motion to attack her. Like, it was pretty, it was blue. It wasn't red yet.
Yeah, and it was really kind of staring at her, and I thought it's too early to see it, but I figured there's going to be some kind of communication.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they doing this to us? Yeah. And you had mentioned it earlier in the season that you had a bad feeling that they were going to go that direction with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just trying to ignore your thoughts, hoping they would go away.
Because I didn't like it in the movie, and I'm not sure
I don't like it here either.
I don't like it in my monsterverse. Now, we've talked about why this could be happening, because in the flashback, the first time Kokoi appeared, when young Lee and young Keiko were there, Keiko had that sort of woo-woo kind of thing when Titan X appeared, right?
I think she was.
There is no young K and old.
Oh no, wait, there
is no young Keiko and older Keiko. It's the same Keiko.
All right, you know what I mean. Past
I know what you meant.
1951 Keiko.
50s Keiko.
She also had that sort of a feeling when Titan X was coming. And we talked about, Doc Kaiju has done some theorizing and some kind of reading, I think, and researching about the ways in which women may be more susceptible to certain kinds of energies that could be involved here. I kind of think, and this doesn't exclude Doc's thoughts, that because they were both in Axis Mundi.
Yeah, but it's not affecting Lee. He was in Axis Mundi. And so was
He
Kentaro.
also is a man. It could be both. It could be both theories at play here, right?
May was in Access Monday.
Subsonic vibrations.
Oops.
Yeah. May was there. I mean, there's also the part where, yeah, I mean, okay, it's not a fully fleshed out theory.
Oh,
but,
hold on a second. Keiko hadn't been in Access Monday yet when she started feeling the vibrations in the 50s. So it's not an Access
that's true. She hadn't been in Access Monday. Yeah, you're right. She hadn't been in Access Monday yet. She was still in Santa Soledad.
Yeah.
So, more power to the theory that women are. It's only about being women.
Yeah, but why doesn't any other woman on that island feel it?
I don't know. Why do some people have ESP and some people don't, or right? Or some people like have more. I mean, could be.
That's kind of, but you know, but that's what I'm saying. This is kind of my point. I think it's deeper than.
Maybe it could be May's much more analytical and scientific brain.
Maybe they should just throw this storyline out and just stick with.
Maybe it's genetic. It's a reason why mother and grandmother have it, and not.
Well, see, the genetic part I can get, but what causes it in the first place?
Bad writing is what causes it.
Thank you. There we go. We got to the heart of the matter.
Either way, it is possible that women are more sensitive, but it does seem like it's only specific women.
I mean, in the movie, it was a little girl. So
yeah, having the knowledge to give the vibrations context helps, and Kate and Keiko are better able to give it context due to their knowledge and experiences. Just my theory. Yeah, I still do think I agree with you, though. I think the writing with that storyline is a little weak, which, like, I'm sure you might be right, Doc, but I think that they maybe didn't explain it enough and didn't go into enough.
Explain it. They're not going to explain it yet.
No, they're not. But I'm just saying they didn't.
It's a reveal.
I love these shots. I love the design of the Titan, but I love these shots with the glowing. All right. So,
I thought it looked pretty good. Sometimes this level, you know, the special effects look pretty good.
Well, Apple pays a lot for them, so they should.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to try to, as we said, control it, and it backfires because all of these scarabs that come up, they rip off.
Well, it backfires because they didn't give May enough time.
True. But they ripped the piece off that had the implant.
Well, also it appears to be like causing great pain to Kate. Yeah. She's unable to disengage. She feels its pain. She feels whatever type of signals they're sending into its neurons or whatever. She feels the same pain that the Titan feels, right? But she does. But all these now, I mean, we have talked about what is the purpose of the scarabs and what type of symbiotic relationship is this, if any. And they run up and they chew off the affected tentacle.
Yeah, affected. But yeah, so it's gone. Their plan did not work, and now Apex is screwed. And it's gonna destroy everything if they don't watch it. But what happens, and the thing that's important, is in the process of all this, of him trying to save Kate and protect her, Hiroshi ends up taking the hit and dies in her arms. This was really sad. Yeah, I remember crying when I saw this. It was really bad. And I agree with you. I was really pissed that Kentaro shows up just a little bit too late, and he was
the whole time.
I cry easy, to be fair, so you can't go by me.
You cry in death scenes.
I'm not a good judge of that.
Yeah, the whole time this scene is going on, the whole time I'm like, "Where's Kentaro?" I didn't know Kentaro went to get help until he came back.
They sent him to get help. Kate screams "Go get some help!" and he runs off.
Yeah, I didn't know where he was the whole time. I'm like, "Why is Kentaro not here?"
I thought these two could have made a better effort to apply pressure to the wound and to wait for help. But
they knew.
Speaking of that, I have issues with Paradise when we get to that with the whole wounds. But anyway, but yeah, either way, he's a goner, and Kentaro is not get to be there.
Yeah, that bothered me a lot that they left. They excluded Kentaro. I feel like his character is being downgraded a little bit this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as downgraded as Hero.
No.
Good point. Look, you can see there, Brenda. I mean, she at least doesn't want them to die. I mean, she's not like evil.
Well, no, she's losing her shit there.
She's absolutely evil.
She's
No,
absolutely
I mean she doesn't. Yes, but she didn't want him to die. But I don't. She was, I think, just upset.
Well, she has
there
no
because
idea that
the
they don't see
place
that. She's
going. I
freaking
was
out.
gonna say, I think that was because the place
Just
is going.
Oh no,
because
gotta
the Titan's
go.
coming. And
Yeah, and they like destroy. Don't they destroy the place or something? I can't remember.
can't.
Pretty much. But Jason
Either way,
runs
they
off
gotta
with
get
all
it.
the
Titan
important
destroys
stuff.
Their camp or whatever. Not
Jason
camp,
grabs
but,
the hard drive and runs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their station or whatever is getting destroyed. She doesn't really care about Hero. She
doesn't care about
doesn't know
anybody.
Hero.
No, she doesn't. All
No, she
right.
doesn't.
So
She only cares
either
about
way,
money.
yes. So it's too late. Kentaro does not make it in time, and his father dies. So yeah, I thought it was sad. I don't understand after we spent so long, and we talked about this earlier, but I agree with you guys that like them spending so long just to get him back, and then they killed him. It was really annoying.
Yeah, I'm really. Season 1 was so much better than season 2 is shaping up to be.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe the actor got another job.
Possible.
It's
very.
I mean, we're at the midpoint. We have. Go ahead.
Doc says there was a scene where Brenda suggested Titan X might be going there to spawn, suggesting Titan X might be a female, and that Apex at least considers the possibility that Titan X spawns the scarabs.
Maybe, although Titan X could be male and going to fertilize the eggs that the female left somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like you need two species you need two for most species.
Two to tango.
For most species, you need both, right? I mean, there are, I think, frog species that can manage to do both in the absence of the opposite sex. They can manage, right? The female can evolve to do both. I think it's very rare in nature. But
yeah.
If Titan X spawns the scarabs, are they baby Kokois and they're going to eventually grow up to be? Or are they like, maybe they're like drones and only 1 in a million is a like queen type thing that could grow up to be a big Titan?
I don't know, but they don't really look like miniature versions of it. Not that that necessarily means anything. I'm just saying they don't look like miniature.
Yeah, I mean, a tadpole doesn't look at all like a frog, right?
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Doc says they got a new supervising executive producer in charge of making all the monsters first connect better. So, and they super increase budget.
Can we actually read that just for people who are not able to read it right now?
They got a new supervising executive producer dude. That's why I didn't read the one. I can't. Okay, he doesn't remember his name. He's in charge of making all of my monsterverse connect better. Also, they super increased the budget. So yeah, maybe the story is not connecting as well because they're more trying to connect it to the movies, I guess, than last season would be how I would take that. Maybe trying to push it towards what's going to happen with them in the movies. Because this leads up to what? One of the movies that's already been on, right?
Well, all the movies have already.
All the movies.
All the
another
movies
one out, isn't there? I thought there was another one coming out.
This leads up. I mean, it's going to be interesting because this is 2 years before. So let's everybody goes back down to Access Mundi for a minute.
This is 2 years before the 2 movies that already came out.
Yeah.
And then there will be another movie. It is obvious, Doc. I think
There's 3. There's 3 movies that after this.
There are 3 after this. That's right. There are 3. That already came out. They did super increase the budget. There was so much criticism last year that there was not enough monsters in the Monsterverse. And I think the influx of money was partly to give us more monsters on screen, right? And in terms of making it connect better, like I think if you watched that movies last season, to me the connection was enough. I don't know, Doc, when you mean connect better, do you mean connect more overtly? Or like, did you feel it wasn't connecting well or enough and it needed to like drive more towards support, be more supportive of what comes later, but was before, what we've already seen that's going to come, right? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, this is a year before Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
When King Ghidorah wakes up.
Doc also said the scarabs could be drones or something. They have something like that with the mutos. Mutos have weird life cycles and variants. MUTOs.
Yeah.
Godzilla -1 and Godzilla. I don't know how you say that. Godzilla
X
is how you say it. No, I just didn't know if that was how you say it. Godzilla XCon were huge successes, which helped the funding.
Which
yeah,
is
well, they know they're going to make money on it. So.
That's funny because Godzilla -1 was made for under $15 million.
yeah.
But largely because of the abusive pay scale in the Japanese special effects industry.
Yeah. But look, Apple is throwing a lot of money at it. It looks good. Doc said people complained the show kept retconning the expanded canon like comic books and stuff and didn't connect enough with the movies.
Yeah. We did talk about that before.
Yeah,
Doc, thank you in our conversation.
Yeah. Well, either way, we have, what episode was this? 5?
This was 5.
Yeah. So we got 5 left. We're halfway through now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, so I have to say, like, while I'm not happy with when and how they chose to kill Hero, there are kind of a lot of characters, and I don't mind a thinning down of the cast a little bit. Like, if we have Shaw and Hero and Tim, who are all like the, dueling Monarch authorities, like, do I mind thinning it down a little bit? Maybe not. I just don't like what they did, how they did it. But there are a lot of people on this show.
There are.
Hopefully some of them will be dead soon.
All right.
And you're right. Yes, it does. It gives the show stakes when a main character can die, right?
Yeah, I don't mind that part of it, that a main character can die, but there was so much story
that was unresolved.
That's just left on the floor now.
Yeah. It feels like maybe sacrificing character story in favor of like more time for more monsters crushing things, which
is exactly the opposite of what this show should be. Because we have
that is what they complained about.
We have movies for monsters crushing stuff.
Yeah.
But if they complained about that, then I can kind of see that maybe they listened and like I said, it doesn't make it necessarily a good thing.
You can connect more with the universe without shortchanging something else. I mean,
no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that they are adding more monsters. All right, so moving on to the season finale of Paradise. So, what did you?
Hey, where's Fletcher?
Paradise. Yeah, where's Fletcher? I ought to tell Fletcher we're starting. I'm going to tell everybody in Discord. People get over here. I'm just kidding.
I didn't hate the episode.
And yet I didn't love the episode. Was it okay? Yes. Did they stick the landing? No.
I am going to suspend my thoughts on manipulating time until I see what that means.
I'm not feeling good about where it's headed.
Look, I didn't feel unsatisfied by the episode, but I still kind of, I'm still kind of hesitant of where it's going would be. But it was a crazy finale. I mean, I liked it. I was entertained and I thought it was exciting and I liked it. I just hope they know where they're going, but I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt because I didn't dislike the finale. So
real quick, season three is the last season they're planning, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they will get to have a wrap up the way they're planning or the way they want it.
Season. I mean, I agree with Kimberly. She says, I felt like the episode had a lot in it. I agree, Jamie. It had a lot in it. I'm not comfortable with the whole Link is Dylan storyline, or that Dylan is the same Dylan storyline. And I mean, I have my feelings about time, turning back time, what that means, blah, blah, blah. But this idea of like Dylan, and he's the wrong age and all that, like we've talked about alternate timelines and alternate. I feel like they're mashing a lot together here. Maybe maybe.
Is
Okay.
he the wrong age? I can't remember how old he was supposed to be. He
No,
was older.
he's the age he should be.
But
Okay, that's
he's
what I was
not. But when they were kids, I don't think he was that much older than his sister.
her.
He's like 10 years older than his sister.
He's supposed to be
Yeah.
what, 20?
How
They
could
said he's 26.
He's supposed to be 26.
Or
Hayden
26,
couldn't
okay.
even be born. Hadley, is that her name? Couldn't even be born when he died. He was like 8 or 9 when he died, right?
You know, she was a baby. She didn't know her brother.
I'm not buying it. To me,
Probably what, 16? So
if
yeah,
it's
probably
not-
about 10 years.
if it's not a thing in the show, then it's sloppy. If they're not going to explain it, to me, it's sloppy. To me, it's a mistake. It's sloppy.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
I don't think he can really be this old in the kid. I think they changed it. I think he was not that much older than his sister, and now suddenly the show is like, oh, that we need him to be older, so we need an old hot guy and have sex with Shailene Woodley. So let's make him 26. I don't think that. I think that they've erred. I think they've screwed up with the age.
I don't know. I don't remember how old he was supposed to be and how old she was. So
He was
I honestly did. Well, they showed him. He was, I would guess, I don't know. I'm bad at guessing ages.
All
But
right,
when they
look,
show his,
I'm just telling you, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It doesn't work for me.
I don't remember how old Hadley was. That's fine. That's fair. Yeah. Either way, let's kind of go a little bit in order here so we can get through it. So we get the flashback where we see how Link, aka Dylan, how he is the one that invented this AI. He came to Phil. I'll still call him Phil from Lost.
As soon as I heard the words AI, I thought is somewhere in New York, AJ is screaming at his television.
I've been saying AI all along.
You kept saying you hope it's not an AI.
I said I hoped it wasn't, but I was saying it's just pretty obvious.
Well, it's better than like super time travel, right?
In a time
yeah.
machine. Yeah.
But I mean that's what I mean, in a time machine. Okay, my favorite part's when he told his wife that Gabrielle was his therapist. She was kind of
With whom I had sex in the shower.
Yeah, was his therapist. So anyway, he tells him about his device, and Phil is immediately like, we got to get, we can get a grant for this. We're going to get it fixed and made.
It was so stupid. This was such a stupid scene. It is such.
I don't know that we needed it. But look, if I didn't know what had happened, I would have thought he was like going to screw Link or Dylan, because he's like, I'm going to be the face of it, but we'll use your tech. But it was just the way he did it.
Well, that's what enabled him to not be murdered by his own mother last season. I thought it was stupid because he's this like 16-year-old super genius who's going to college classes, and he stands up in the middle of the class and is like, I invented the first quantum computer that like ever existed. And look, it's the size of a lunchbox, and I brought it to class for show and tell. Come have a look at it.
Yeah. I would agree with everything you just said.
What the hell is that? Like, this is a problem with the pacing of the show, that they just have to like have this ridiculous expository dump that makes no sense. It's not how people talk. It's not how the kid would do it. If he's a super genius, he's not that stupid to bring his quantum computer in his backpack to school. It was just so dumb.
Well, we only got 3 seasons, Karen. So
well, but they could have made better use of the 8 episodes they have.
Yeah. Or as we've said before, maybe have 10 or something and do a little better job. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's explaining how the computer came to be and that it was all his design, and basically he did everything is what the point of the scene is. Again, I don't think we necessarily needed it. Whoops, sorry.
How would we not need it? We still need some exposition explaining that how he helped what it is. Like, this is where they explain.
Okay, true. I guess what I'm saying is I didn't need the part about how he was the one that did it and like Phil wasn't really the one that did it at all. That was what I meant. Like, I didn't need to know that.
I disagree with you there. I think Phil was highly involved. Link had this idea, but it can't be brought to market or be made useful until his partnership with Phil.
Right. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. To me, the point of this was saying he was the super genius that came up with it, is what I'm saying. Like, I didn't need to know who did what, was my point.
That it could just be they're both super geniuses.
Yeah, exactly.
They made it together. Yes.
Yes, that was what I was meaning. Because we already knew about, like, his wife. I mean, it was showing that he came to be nice to his wife and, liked her, but like that wasn't important, especially because his wife and him are dead. So it's not really relevant.
But are they?
Well, okay, maybe not. I guess that's a good point. We don't know. Yeah, I don't want them to completely undo everything, but we don't know what's going to happen. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think the part that was, I guess, important was when Sinatra comes to him here and she's like, hey, I'll give you billions of dollars of grant money. You just need to make me a supercomputer. And yeah, I'll give you everything you want. Just do it for me. And he's like, yeah, of course. And does it. And then he's like, this is bad. I'm the only one that ever told you no. But this is bad. And I refuse to do it. Now he's saying that the computer is predicting the future, but it's bad because it's actually starting to change the future, I guess, and make like,
this was so dumb also. This was so dumb.
Look, what I was saying in the watch party that irritated me about this, and I don't know, this is just because I'm going by other things I've seen on television and what usually happens. He worked for her. He made it while he worked for her. So unless he somehow stopped it from working correctly, or it was all Dylan that did that and the working version they had where they're at didn't work all the way.
Okay,
he didn't
work for her. She's funding his research. He didn't work for her. Okay,
that's fair. But usually when somebody gives you billions of dollars to fund your research, they own your research. At least that's
not true.
Not true.
No?
Not true.
Although I did work for her. I didn't realize she just funded it. So
if it's a contract, she would assert ownership. If it's a grant, she's just supporting your project. It's a grant. She doesn't own it.
Okay.
There's no way Phil would have agreed. There's no way Phil would have agreed to her owning it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I was thinking he agreed to work for her, and you're right. It was just a grant.
And she
but all I
pretended
kept
to be,
thinking is like she could have taken it, but I guess she couldn't.
Pretended to be an altruist green person who wanted to avert the climate crisis.
To be fair, she's
not lying.
She's but she's also trying to bring her. Yeah, I guess she didn't really plan to bring her dead son back to life until this scene.
Yes, yeah, that was not her intent. She was trying to divert the.
She's trying to stop the end of the world.
Am I the only person who hated this scene? Like, I thought this was so dumb. And Phil's like, Alex is beginning to try to manipulate time. What? Well, she answered a question we hadn't asked yet. What? Well, okay, first of all, that could just be anticipation, but I felt like they just dumped it so abruptly, and I would rather have had a season that spent more time developing, like, in their effort to drop Alex like a big surprise bomb at the end of the season. They left out what to me could have been some interesting and cool development of where this came from, and instead I had to waste my time watching Shailene Woodley hang around in Memphis for 2 episodes before she dies. Right? When I could have, like,
I remember watching that and thinking,
you love those episodes.
Why did they take all this time introducing her just to kill her? I remember thinking that when I watched it.
Look, I loved those 2 episodes at the time, and now they bother me that they shortchanged me from any kind of real development of this part of the storyline. Like, you want to drop it like a bomb on me, okay, but give it the time it needs. Instead of having Xavier on a train with his nose bleeding, whatever. Like. Give me a little more here. I feel really like they're like, let's put 2 lines of science-timey mumbo jumbo in Phil's mouth and move along here. I really felt this was not well done.
Either way, the point of this is that he won't give her what she wants, which, again, we already knew. But the other thing is, I guess the other big takeaway is where he says that it's changing, which to me didn't quite make sense, and I wish they would have explained a little better. It's changing the future by predicting the future. And I don't know if it meant like literally or just because it was computing things ahead of time, therefore it was changing the future. It wasn't exactly explained enough for me, that sciencey part.
He didn't explain anything. He just said, this machine bad, must break.
Yeah, but he said something about like there's deja vu, and I forget exactly what he said.
Have you been noticing things like repeated events? Deja vu? Yeah. Like, she's trying to change time. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Well, it answered a question that would take a computer like the entirety of mankind to answer, and we hadn't even.
And they didn't even
What
ask
are you
it.
talking about? What question did what? Like what? Like you hadn't asked the question
I
yet.
think that's the point. He's just saying like it's answering things without them asking because they haven't even asked yet, I guess.
Well, and Jamie, if I was meaning to ask you, let's say all day long I've been thinking, oh, I gotta ask Jamie, did she ever watch The Sopranos? And then just now you said, oh, I watched The Sopranos today. Would I be like, oh my God, Jamie is changing time. I just predicted the future. No, I'd be like, wow, that's a coincidence.
No, see,
Right?
okay, hold on.
That's why there was more to it. They didn't.
Karen, I
right.
think your hatred of this scene made you forget things or misordered them or something. So he says we're shutting it down because it's starting to talk about what do you say? Time? What exactly?
Altering time.
Okay, like we have to shut it down. Alex is talking about altering time. Like she's like it's just thing. She solved a complex problem that it would take a supercomputer years to solve.
But Alex is a supercomputer.
Hold on. Sinatra's like, oh, that's great. You built me a really fast computer. He goes, we never asked the question. Like Alex isn't supposed to just do stuff on its own.
Oh,
like you're supposed to say, hey, Alex, what's 1 + 1? 2. Hey, Alex, do you have the cure for cancer? Sure. Do this. Hey guys, the blah 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 blah, and they're like, what's that an answer to? Oh, well, you're going to ask me this.
Okay, so in that sense, they're making Alex the typical TV evil AI that has agency and does its own thing.
Yes.
To be fair, though, it didn't do anything evil yet. It predicted,
not yet.
predicted things. But I kind of see her point of view too, though. Like we made this machine to predict the future. That was kind of the point.
No, it was not.
You don't want it to do it on its own. You don't want to.
No, it was not.
I thought it was to predict how they were.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Hold on. I misheard you. Yes, it was to be predictive to save the future.
How to save the world? Yes.
I heard
wrong.
I heard.
I don't want it running on its own without. I get that.
Right.
But at the same time, I can see it from her point of view. Like that's what we wanted to save the world, even if it decided before we told it to. That's what we wanted.
Her stated purpose was to avert the climate crisis.
Yes.
Was the purpose of building
this predict the future in order to avert it.
No, it was never said the purpose of it was to. I'm sorry, I don't think the purpose of this computer was to predict the future. It was to.
Yeah, but that's what it was when she gave him the grant money. He had already said that it was predicting the future. That was what he made it for.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
So I
agree that you hated that. I think you ignored some.
I ignored that because it is so stupid that I couldn't possibly accept that.
See, I don't have a problem with the predictive of the future part. I mean, that's just basic taking scenarios and math and probability. I mean, that's all that is. Whether or not it actually works.
I do kind of have a bit of an issue with these predict the future things because it presupposes predestination and not free will, right? That will is not free, that things are predictable and will,
I feel like the biggest problem with this show, and I think what irritates you, and we've said that before, I think that the biggest problem is the show started out as something different than it became. In my opinion, it's not that the sci-fi, and yes, it's not perfect. I'm not saying that there aren't issues. Yeah, kind of like Minority Report. But I feel like it's not that I don't like the sci-fi aspect of it, because I do. I love the sci-fi twisty mystery shit. But that wasn't the show I signed up for. That wasn't what I expected. So I think it throws people off. That's how I feel. Anyway.
All right, moving on.
Let me just say, like Minority Report, except the plot of Minority Report is that the prediction is wrong. Tom Cruise is trying to prove that the system is faulty, right?
But in that vein, he's built a precognitive AI,
which is more ESP based, but because it relies on human precogs in a hot tub.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying to simplify it for everybody.
Golden Child says the computer realized how time and history repeat itself, like the president once said. Yeah.
Which It's true.
All right.
I mean, maybe
All right.
it's
Either
easy.
way, he's like, too bad.
It's easy for a computer to predict that humans will always be stupid.
I
This
can
is true.
predict that.
Yeah.
I can predict that too.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Either way, he tells her I'm shutting it down, was the point of that.
He's not
And
wrong.
then he's not wrong. And then we see that clearly she has, which we already knew, she got Alex, she has turned it on.
Still
And it is working.
Still didn't
now.
explain why she had to put that jacket on.
I know, right?
Yeah, that part was kind of dumb.
Look,
But,
I was glad it was
yes,
explained
look,
why.
scientist.
In the last episode, she's riding in that train, riding, and now we find out it was 100 miles away, which in that little train would have taken her like, I mean, it takes me 200. I drive 100 miles. It takes like 2 hours to go 100 miles up 95. So she would have been like 3 hours each direction trying to like go visit Alex.
Which is why she was MIA.
Yeah.
Which is why they devoted so much time to showing her ride there.
Yeah.
So this is where the scientist guy says,
Big hair, Dr. Big Hair.
Yeah, Dr. Big Hair. He says
Anyway.
to her that the computer has a message, which here's the key. He gives her this, it produced this key card that is for user X, waiting user
It's
X.
a key card.
from
I
her.
kept, you know what? To me, I kept thinking, why does Alex print her messages on a coaster?
Yeah, I think it's a key card. That was my understanding. But anyway, it says user X, which is a point.
So did anybody read this?
Yeah, yes,
pick
Peter,
up on
it
that
shows
at the
everywhere
time?
when we're on
No,
StreamYard.
did anybody, when you watched this for the first time, did you pick up on that? Awaiting user
what?
X? I did not. That it says user X and then it's going to be Xavier.
Yes.
I
but
didn't. You know what's
think
funny?
somebody in
I
the
actually
chat
didn't think
said
about
that.
Xavier. I just saw waiting user X, some gibberish, and I just moved on.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the one thing I want to talk about. That is clearly locations. Like it looks to be locations. You're more of a nerd than me. Yeah, but Dieter, when we're in StreamYard, it goes everywhere. Sometimes I put it on YouTube only just because otherwise it like spams our chat in the StreamYard. But anyway, those look like locations to me. You know, and my thing is I want to know what that is because we had talked about it in the chat when we were watching this, and I think it was Kimberly, I can't remember for sure, had said that maybe that was the location of you know, that other bunker that they said after, but she seemed surprised by whatever that was. So it couldn't have been because she, I assume, would know the location of that bunker because she gave it to him. So I don't know what that's about.
I mean, I assume there are nerds on the internet who have put that's longitude and latitude.
I'm gonna get to my theory later on.
Okay. And then those are maybe like IP addresses or they're in some sort of not hex, but some kind of code, or could they be? I just thought of this. Book numbers in the library, like Dewey Decimal numbers, like we saw in season 1.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Yeah, it could be. It actually does look like it would be, but it does also look like an IP address, right? So, either way, this is meant for Xavier. We find out later. But yes, it's from Alex. It's for Xavier. Now, she's also told by this guy that the computer also said that she was not going to come back here again because she was going to die. That's the other big part of the message.
He says you'll be dead. Alex predicted this is your last visit.
You'll be dead before the end of the day.
Before the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now, is that a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Right.
Yeah, we don't know.
What?
All
like,
right.
would you have not, like the Oracle saying, would you have knocked over that vase if I hadn't said anything?
Yeah. Yeah. And that does fuck with your head, right? She's right with that too. All right. So Xavier is having more visions. We'll get to that more towards the end of the episode, but is seeing Link again. Dylan. I keep calling him Link, whichever. Dylan, Link, same thing.
No, call him Link.
Link. Okay. Then I'll call him Link. But anyway, they're on their way to the compound. We already know that. They get there. And they're going to try to break their way in because obviously they won't let them in. We know that because that's from the other episode. We go to Jane and Tarabi there. What's her first name?
Gabrielle.
Gabby. Okay, Gabrielle. So Jane is dead. I mean, granted, they didn't show.
No, she's not dead. We find out at the end of the stupid episode, which I can't fucking believe that she laid there for all those fucking hours, not moving an inch, and then the end of the episode, she's just gone.
Yeah, but what different? Wait,
We
I
know what
thought it was
difference is.
supposed to be. Did I miss something then? Because I thought it was supposed to be showing she's there with Sinatra and blows up with it when the mountain goes down. I thought that was what
She
that
wasn't
was.
there.
She's not in the shower in that scene at the end.
Oh, okay.
They show her
That
I
was
guess I
showing
missed
that she
that. I
was
didn't
gone.
realize that.
Yeah, bullshit.
I thought it was still her there. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if she's still alive. I wonder if
Then where is she?
she's never been born.
Wouldn't that really screw everything up though?
Because
But-
of
You know what? We're not even going there yet.
but
Yeah.
at this
No.
point, she's laying supposedly dead in the shower at this point,
For
hanging out.
hours.
Yeah.
Blood
All right.
everywhere.
Yeah, bleeding out for hours. Okay, so meanwhile, they are stuck in the elevator because now that the whole, place is going to melt down, the elevator is locked and they can't get out.
This was a dumb and wasted part of the show also, right? Like
Sarah,
they don't
you hated
actually
this
No.
whole episode. didn't you?
they don't actually ever do anything. They just go in an elevator and get stuck, and then people have to waste their time
Well, they
rescuing.
were trying to do something. The elevator stopped.
Yeah, that
It
wasn't their
seems to
fault.
have been a waste of time.
I don't know. I didn't mind it. I
The
get
whole
what you're
purpose
saying.
of
I-
this, the whole purpose of this was so that when Xavier and Terry make their triumphant return, the kids aren't home.
Yeah,
Yes,
true.
but there was a point to it prior to that.
Yes,
Like
but
it
then
wasn't.
the writers chose not to deliver on that point.
But at least it wasn't something that didn't make sense. You know what I mean? The girls were going to the to try and find the fucking prison.
Yeah.
We had pushing and pulling at the same time, which made the reactor overheat, and they got stuck. At least it was
guess.
plausible.
I mean, it just felt like it was going to a place where Presley was finding an ally, and maybe there'd be a storyline where Hadley was working against Sinatra, and it just never pays off, right? We only have one episode, and they it just, to me, they just made them be two damsels in distress that have to be dealt with in this episode.
Please, no, Golden Child. We don't need to spin the Earth backwards.
None of this will matter once Xavier turns back the hands of time, Superman Lois Lane style. He was running pretty fast in this episode. Maybe he could run fast enough to turn the planet.
That wasn't nearly fast enough.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Right.
thought they didn't have anything for Presley to do, and so they concocted this damsel in distress thing for the finale.
All right, fair enough. All right, so then we go to the control tower. So yeah, like you said, they're down in the prison. They're trying to open the doors. Up here, they're trying to shut the doors. It's going to cause a meltdown. Now, here's my question. Did they ever actually save the people in the prison or the rest of... Oh, wait, they went down. Never mind. I don't know why I was thinking they didn't show them get the rest of the people out of the prison, I think is why I felt like that during the watch party. But I guess they showed them running around down there. The point was probably
show
that they
everything.
saved everybody. Yeah, they just didn't show it. But either way, so they're like, what do we do? What do we do? They called her because Sinatra's not there and these people don't know how to do anything. And they're like, we need a decision. And they want to...
These idiots are the reason shit got fucked up in the first place.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Dr. Tarabi has no role in the government that we know of, right? She's just everybody. She's the therapist to everyone in the whole town, and she's Sinatra's frenemy. And they let her make the call. Now she does.
I mean, she's on the council, so it's not like
most of the council, I think, is dead at this point. Like all the presidents and everything.
No, just two presidents are dead. Nobody else in the council is dead, but they're mostly useless billionaires. Which it's kind of funny because I feel like if you had a real committee of American billionaires, which would be Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg,
yeah, we know who they all are.
all them, I don't think they'd all be fighting and yelling out command. We'd have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Instead of a bunch of useless wimps.
Instead of all, we don't know what to do. Take care of it.
Maybe Sinatra didn't invite them because they're too problematic.
I don't know. I mean,
probably
they were
why.
also partially implying that they didn't want to make the decision because they were afraid Sinatra would blame them.
They were afraid of Sinatra, and they knew that Gabby wasn't.
Stupid because it's more about you don't want to die. Who cares about Sinatra? But anyway,
she only invited compliant wimp billionaires. She only invited inherited wealth.
Yeah. I was just gonna say she only invited submissive billionaires.
Yeah.
True. Either way, at first she's like, we don't want to use the Exodus protocol, but eventually she knows they have to, which is basically like an evacuation plan. But I mean, that's still the thing that confuses me is whether they put off they agree that they're going to try to open the doors or whatever, but not use the Exodus. and then they decide to use Exodus, which is an evacuation. I didn't quite get that because they both have the
Okay,
same
so
purpose of opening the doors. I missed something.
No. Opening the doors, they hope that letting the doors open, it would stop the reactor from overheating. They were hoping that it was going to start to cool again once the doors were open. It did not work. It was still going into catastrophic boom boom. So she said, all right, Exodus, because it didn't work.
That's true. She didn't open the doors all the way. I was just saying both scenarios opens the doors was my point. But either way, Exodus is a mass evacuation and everybody is going to leave.
It's so dumb. It's the most obvious name ever. Just call it evacuate. You're going to call it Exodus? Just call it evacuation plan.
Oh, come on, Karen. It's fun to have cool code
You know what was fun? You know what was fun? I really enjoyed I don't know what caliber gun that is on top of a tank, but I love the part where Link's like going to take out the cameras by shooting a tank at them. That was awesome.
That was pretty cool. There were parts I liked about the scene, though. I was going to say, because I did like when they're like, "What's that?" when they're like talking about the blood, and she's like, completely ignores them, and then later, I like the scene later.
I liked Dr. Tarabi in the scene. I don't always love her. I liked her in the scene, and she basically just takes charge. And
I was really happy she had more to do this season, because last season I felt like she was underused.
And there's a point where she's like mutters under her breath. She's like, "Fucking cowards," and she, she was great in that scene. I read a profile of her, and I think was it the New York Times? I read both the Times and the Post, so I forget which one I read it in, or could have been the Hollywood Reporter. There's an article about like her background, and how she started out acting. She was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, actually.
Yeah.
And then did some other stuff. And it's an interesting article about like her path to this role.
Interesting. All right. So,
but yeah, she was great. And I agree, AJ, they gave her something to do finally. Like that was a long payoff for her.
Yeah. This is part I thought was kind of weird. They're I don't know what you want to call her, the one that's the head of everything, the leader. She tells them to go. Why are they sneaking like that? At least to me, it looks like they're sneaking, like, we're going to not let them go. No, we're going in to save the kids. But she told them to go. I thought that was funny. But
nobody knows who they are except for her. Like, none of Link's guys.
If they just tried walking in, Link and company would have been like, who the fuck are you guys?
Okay, I guess that's true. It saved time.
I also enjoyed the part where Link's like, you saw how they have like a big front end loader as part of their equipment, right? And Link's like, get the moving equipment in. We got a lot of planes to move out of the way. And I was like, there's no way that thing can move a 747. Like Air Force One is in there. It's a 747. But
I'm not supposed to think about that, Karen.
But at least he was doing some planning.
Yeah.
Right?
It worked out because Xavier says this is going to take a while. Let's sneak in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Sarah Shaw, hey, I couldn't get. I tried to get interviews for this Golden Child. It didn't work out this time. I had talked to them last season a little bit, but I wasn't able to.
Try again for next season.
I would love to talk to Sarah Shahi.
Yeah, I have interviewed her for other shows, but not for this, obviously. So anyway, so their point is we are going to go get our kids because no matter what happens, there's going to be a fight and it's going to go down and yeah, they're in danger. So let's go get them.
And of course, when Xavier's like, wait out here, she's like, no, I'm going.
Yeah. At least he let her go. I appreciate that she's like, fuck you. I'm going. No, she didn't say it like that, but she's like, I'm going. You're not holding me back. And he let her go. So he is trying to stop the meltdown.
His name is Anders, right?
Anders. Okay.
Was Anders.
His name was Anders.
Here's the evacuation. They are on their way out. Now they
Robinson, there was an explosion. There's been an explosion, right?
There's an explosion. Yeah. Her and
Anders is killed, Robinson's injured.
Now this is the part that irritated me. Like, she's not a stupid woman. She's clearly very smart. Why is it that she has a humongous gash in her stomach, but she doesn't even like hold anything against it? She just keeps running, doesn't try to help it. That I didn't get.
Did you not see the part where she pulled her jumpsuit up and tied it in a tighter knot?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that's what she was doing. Okay, that's fair. I didn't realize that.
If there's a chunk, also looked like there might have been a chunk sticking out of it, which can help pull it up sometimes, right? They're always like, don't pull it out, you'll bleed out. Leave it in.
Yeah, okay. I didn't look that close. I could tell she didn't wasn't holding on to it. But
I thought she might die. And part of the thing I thought she might die was because
I would have been pissed.
I would have been pissed also, but she made this in between For All Mankind, and I was like, maybe she had to die so she could be on For All Mankind. And then I remembered that her character now is probably like 80 years old on For All Mankind and probably might die this season, right?
I don't even know if she's in this season.
I don't know either, but she was. We'll talk about that, but yeah,
anyway. In the timeline is the point.
Yeah.
All right. So
James is evacuating. James
is evacuating. He can't find his family, because his father had left to go get his mother, and Presley's in the elevator. So yeah, he's freaking out.
He's the opposite of every kid on TV. Like every show that we watch, the kid, where's Carl? Where's so-and-so? The kids wander off. James is the kid who stays home and everybody else leaves.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I gotta tell you something funny later.
Okay, wait. I gotta sneeze.
All right. Here's Sinatra in the conference room.
Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm okay. Okay. So she gets wind of what's going on. She doesn't know exactly, but she knows they're evacuating. And so she heads back to where they are. She had already ridden the tram back. So she's, is going to go where they are. He's helping Robinson. He's like, I'm not going to leave either. See, you're right. She did tie that. I just didn't realize that's what she was doing. I didn't pick up on that for whatever reason. So yeah, this is the part that I like though. I really like this scene where she's like to Sinatra.
Yeah,
there we go.
Sinatra.
Yeah, she's like, I killed Jane. She was going to kill me. And I made the decision. If you don't like it, too bad. And she's like, just go ahead and save yourself. And she's like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I liked it.
Sinatra's like, what's that? Blood. Jane's blood.
Yeah,
and the people at the computers were like,
yeah. But she's like, just go save yourself and go help people. Well, that's what you do. I don't know. I just liked it. And this was kind of like their makeup, I guess. Without
that was not makeup at all. That was condescending.
I don't know. I thought it was like they accepted what had happened.
She rolled her eyes at her.
I don't know. I'd read it as acceptance, but I did read it as like.
Thank you for killing Jane.
Thank you for killing Jane because she was going to kill both of us. Right? Oh, my TV just went on.
I don't know. I thought it was, I'm not saying necessarily she was okay with what Sinatra did. I felt like Sinatra was okay with.
Yeah, because Jane was a major thorn in her side who shot her in the throat. Right? Like Sinatra's not sad that Gabby killed Jane. I also read a little bit of Sam being impressed. Like, I think Sam didn't think Gabby had it in her.
Yeah.
To kill Jane and take control and order Exodus and run the place. And
maybe that's what I'm saying. She was impressed. Either way, I liked the way it played out.
I think, and at this point, Sinatra has already been told that she's not going to survive the day. And I think she might feel a little better leaving the place in Gabby's hands. Seeing that Gabby has some balls, right?
Do you think she already believes she's going to die, though, at this point yet? Do you think she really believes?
Yeah, because I think she has 100% faith in Alex. She has to believe in Alex. It brought her son back, and it's going to save the world for her kids. And I think she has to believe in Alex. And she might believe that Alex is going to turn back time, and then she won't be dead anyway.
Right.
Which we hope can happen, but we'll see. Right. Not about necessarily saving her, just, turning back time. I hope can happen.
Yeah.
All right. So either way, Gabby takes off. Xavier is trying to find his kids. And he ends up down where this is where she says, this is the important thing. She says that's 100 miles away. And I didn't understand the conversation, though, about putting it on an island. I missed something there.
She means it's on an island in terms of
power. Means separated.
Power resources, nuclear, all that. It's like an
island. She didn't mean a literal island.
She just meant disconnect it from the system.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense. I missed a line there. All right. So Terry finds her kid, at least one of the kids.
Yeah,
And
Terry screams James, and James immediately recognizes his mother's voice, and like,
yeah,
you know,
and he's like,
it's
oh, so surprised. Yeah, because he thought she was dead. And here Xavier's like,
no, he knew his father went to go find her. He knew his father went to find her.
Yes, but I think he's still probably, I mean, I don't know. Do you really
Whatever.
think that he expected
It
her to
doesn't
come
matter.
back? Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
it doesn't matter. Right. So anyway, Xavier is like, I'm going to go get Presley. You are going to take him and get safe. I found you before. I'll find you again.
Stay alive, no matter what happens. I will find you. It's this.
Golden
it's
Child said,
that's the Hickman's moment.
Sinatra already knew how everything was planning out. Yeah, I think she knew some of what was going down. I don't think she knew everything, but I think she definitely knew, you know.
She knew the broad strokes.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know why that strawberry sticks out to me every time I see this. I'm like, what is up with the strawberry?
I'd never noticed it until you just pointed it out this moment.
What?
It's a crocheted strawberry. It's just really bizarre to me. It seems just, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even notice that until you said something.
I never saw it before, right?
Okay, fair. You got to remember, I'm taking screen captures, but no, I noticed it before.
It probably is pretty stinky in that car, AJ.
Yeah, it probably is. Either way, this is where they're saying, you know, we're going to go in, and they make the decision that they're going to try to go in. She's watching this all go down on the video.
Well, no, that's the part where Link says, drop me off at the central tower. And they're like, no, this is what we do. We need to shut that reactor down. Which, haha, see, well, Karen, they really were shutting down reactors across the country.
Yes,
okay, I thought that was later.
Thank you thanks, because they said that earlier in the season, and I said, they're lying. They don't really do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of funny that, like, I don't know about the fact that that's their specialty and they can fix the reactor, but regardless of that, I did appreciate that there's one smart guy who's like, fucking forget Alex. We're going to, if this thing blows up, we're all fucked. Is basically where it's like, we got to take care of this first. I just thought that was later, but I do appreciate that guy's like,
that is what they said they do. They said they go around shutting down reactors.
Yeah. But once it's already critical, I'm not sure how easy it is to shut down the reactor because that's
clearly not very easy because they couldn't do it.
Okay, that's
they shut down 3 Mile Island. They couldn't shut down the one in Tokyo, right, or in northern Japan. I don't believe that these two know how, but whatever.
Yeah, it's a TV show. All right, so Xavier is looking for his daughter, and he has made it down to where Sinatra is, and he's like, "You have everything on video. Find my daughter." And she's like, "Okay." And through all of it, she's like, I'm glad you made it back. I'm glad you're alive. I know you don't believe me, but you're a good guy. I mean, I know he didn't believe any of what she was saying until he thought it was bullshit. But I guess I liked, and maybe this is too where I felt like the other thing was sort of wrapped up. Like, I don't know. I felt like I don't feel as quite the way I did about Sinatra before. Like, I don't hate her like I did before, I guess.
She's being like her. Well, and I said this was going to happen. Because see, I'm an AI computer that can predict things. I said before that this was going to happen with, when I was pissed off at the direction, that it was going to turn out that Sinatra didn't care about making tough decisions because her plan is to go back in time and fix everything. So anybody that's dead is going to be alive again. So I mean, she's being genuine. She's being genuine when she says.
Genuine. I don't know that she intends to go back in time to fix everything. I think her plan is to save
hold on. I'm not saying. All right, I don't mean it literally. Her plan.
In the past, maybe.
I'm not saying literally.
Okay.
Her plan, the conversations he has with Xavier later, is that everything's going to be fixed because of whatever Alex's time manipulation theory is.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't mean literally go back in time. We still don't know what it's going to be, but I'm saying in Sinatra's mind, that's what it, you know what I mean? Like, as far as Sinatra's concerned, none of this is going to be have happened. This is all going to be fixed.
Like, it's okay to kill 2 presidents because this part of your life will not actually ever happen.
Right. Okay, see, that's, I guess, where I'm kind of differing. I'm not sure that that's really, and not so much that that's not what she thinks. I don't think that's necessarily what's going to happen. I think they're going to save
Jamie, again, I'm not saying what's going to happen. I'm saying that's what she thinks. That's all we're saying.
That's what AJ thinks she's thinking.
Okay, but not what you're thinking. Okay, whoops. All right, got it. Anyway,
I
She's
kind of agree. I do think Sinatra is looking at Alex as a little bit of a get out of jail free card, right? That
Yes, that is a good way
somehow
to put it.
this is going to make it okay.
Yeah.
I would
Nobody's gonna
love,
remember all this bad shit she's done.
I would love for Dylan to turn out not to be her son and just to be some guy named Dylan who was born that day, which she does say in this episode. Like, how
He
many?
says
Dylan?
it in the elevator to Xavier.
I would love for her to be wrong in the end, but who knows?
Yeah, but I
Explain
think
the nosebleeds then.
I know.
Explain Dylan and
I don't know, 2 years,
memories of
2
each
years
other.
of volcanic ash in the sky and radiation everywhere. That might give you nosebleeds.
Visions.
Why did Sinatra get one as soon as she touched Dylan?
I don't know. She hangs out near a nuclear reactor every day. Who knows? Anyway, kids locked in the elevator.
Yeah, and she's like, "You have to let me go with you. That's my daughter." And he does agree to let her go. This was like, and she's like out at him, like, "Why are you freaking stealing shit? That doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna die if you don't get out of here." And she shoves that guy in the back of the car. And then
I think this definitely all sets her up to be in charge of the community next season, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What community?
I think
they're all outside.
Yeah, they're going to be living on the train. She's going to be on the train council or whatever next year.
There you go. So that part right there, when the piece of the sky fell down,
I love that.
I was like, she's Chicken Little. The sky is falling.
Literally.
Just said it out loud to nobody in my house.
It reminded me. Actually, we didn't comment. I just want to bring up when Terry first goes inside Paradise. She says, "You have a son and a Ferris wheel." And Xavier goes, "We also have 2 Arby's. It's a lot to take in."
I know, that was a great line. I like Gold Shot says that special jacket prevents nosebleeds.
Oh yes,
nosebleed.
There you go.
Golden Child figured it out.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so yeah, there's more about. I'm glad you survived. All that we talked about that. And yes, I agree that with what you said. I think she is being genuine. I don't think he believes it, but I think she's being.
Well, she's already figured out that he's Agent X, right?
Yeah.
He's already
no.
She has this light bulb moment later. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
when Link calls him X.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where Robinson is. She assumes dying, and she forces Jeremy to leave her there. She's like, "No, you go," and she points the gun at him. She doesn't want him to die trying to save her.
Hold on.
I don't buy it.
You have to live. Your dad would want you to live. He'd want you to live. You have to go. I'm going to shoot you if you don't go. Wait, isn't that the opposite of what I just told you?
Yes, but the kid ain't smart enough to figure that out, AJ, or to think of that.
I mean, so she would never shoot him, obviously.
No, but
exactly. That's the point. Like, you're telling this person you want them to live, and you're pointing a gun at them.
Yes, but I don't think he's thinking of that.
Also,
I think
couldn't Jeremy just say, like, he loved you too, let's go? But no, they just set it up for this surprise.
No, that surprise was fine. I thought she was just, after he left, I thought she was just going to, like, start crawling herself because she didn't want to, and
I thought she was going to die.
I didn't think she was going to die. I kept thinking that she was going to be like, all right, get off your ass, soldier, and let's go.
I kept thinking she was going to see the president. She seemed to be, just like a memory or whatever. Like the way they were doing it, I thought they were going to have a flashback.
I did like the surprise, though. I thought it was done really good because with all the other shit going on, and they came back to her, I wasn't expecting to see Jeremy and some of the other inmates.
No, I wasn't either.
Coming back together. So that was done really well.
I thought that was some of the people from Link's people. That was supposed to be the inmates?
No, they were wearing blue jumpsuits. They were wearing blue
jumpsuits. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought that was supposed to be.
And it gave me a little, like, Jeremy has been sort of a callow young man through much of the series. And this is like the best thing he's done, right? Sorry, there's a loud motorcycle outside. Jeremy, he wasn't a bad kid. He was just a kid. And this was like a little bit of a heroic moment for him, right? If he's going to continue to be in it. Yeah.
So, well, he left her, but he left and got help. Okay, so this is where they're trying to shut down the reactor. They find Anders, or whoever he said his name was, who's dead. And then meanwhile, they are trying to open up the elevator because buttons aren't working because the electricity or whatever has been turned off there. They're trying to open it. I don't know whether they would have been strong enough to do it, but we won't go there. And then I don't remember this guy's name, but I like this guy. I was sad. He dies trying to.
That was Geiger.
Geiger, okay.
Geiger.
So yeah, he dies trying to. He does say he bought him a couple minutes, and I remember thinking he bought you a couple minutes. At least don't waste the minutes. Go.
Yeah, I mean,
he bought them 10 minutes. Fine.
Okay.
I mean,
so they have to stop and grieve.
I don't mind. Again, I don't mind a thinning out of the characters before the next season.
Yeah, but it looks like
Yeah,
he's got metal sticking out of his neck or something. He was a goner.
Yeah, that's probably what killed him.
Yeah. So the elevator is starting to fall, not completely, but it's
this was a very typical, predictable elevator rescue scene.
It was, but it was.
It's actually funny because I was actually expecting them to be able to open the doors, pull the girls up, but then the elevator dropped, and I was like, not for nothing. That's going to make it easier because now they can come out the hatch.
Yeah. Golden Child said he reminded me of Blade's right hand.
Yeah, that's Chris Christopherson plays Blade's right-hand guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. He kind of does. Yeah. Reminds me now that you said that.
Whistler.
Yeah.
Whistler.
Okay. So they are trying to get them out.
This was kind of hilarious, where Xavier's like, I'm going to let go and let Sinatra hold up the elevator.
Yeah, I'll go get them.
I can't hold this.
Though, they probably could have done that the other way, though, and she could have went down to get him while he held it, maybe.
Well, she can't.
I don't think she would have been able to.
Yeah.
She could have.
Well, actually, maybe rephrase that. I don't think she would have been able to get back out.
Okay. Yeah, probably not. Either way, we have Robinson here who thinks she's about ready to die. And then we have, I think I have a shot when they come to get her yet. Okay, so the group of people of
Link and his guys come.
Lincoln, two of the guys
they come, they stop to help them, and Xavier goes down in, and he helps push them out not push them out, but he helps them get up into the hatch on the top of the elevator so they can climb up. And then Link pulls him up, and of course, the moment he's grabs him, the elevator.
Well,
duh. Yeah,
again, every elevator sequence in every show ever.
Okay, I said you're not wrong, but I still enjoyed it, whether it was predictable or not.
It was tense. It was a tense moment for sure, Jamie. You're right.
All right, so now they're seeing. They each see a flash of each other when they touch again.
Sometimes when we touch.
Now, is that like a paradox thing? I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Every time someone, we don't know yet. I'm not even going to go there, and that's the thing. Every time somebody touches Link, though, they get a nosebleed.
It was a little bit like in Lost in the Flash Sideways, where they have a moment, all of them, where they realize who they are and where they are.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize. You're right. It was every time he was connected. I didn't even.
Well, I mean, Xavier had one when he was just riding the train and not touching.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh, that's true.
He's never touched Link. He's never.
This is the first time he got a nosebleed.
Yeah.
No, but
he got a nosebleed on the train. He got a nosebleed on the train.
Did he have a nosebleed on the train?
Yes. Yes.
I missed that.
But I guess my point is that they are all connected to Link, though. Like
he's having visions of Link before he met him.
Yes.
Well, no, but obviously there's a connection now, and I'm saying like Billy, it was when he let him live, and that's why I thought it was paradox thing. I don't know, but anyway,
I think that Xavier's connection to Link is pretty weak, and
so far,
and not at all like. But he has But if Link's a man out of time, then he could maybe have these reverberations.
Yeah, we don't know yet. But either way, he's
gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot Sam. She's like, "I'm your mother." She's like, "I am your father, Luke."
Yeah.
Because she is Darth Vader.
No, I'm your father, your mother, Link. I was going to say your father, Luke.
I am your mother, Link.
Link, I am your mother.
Link, I am your mother. Come to the dark side.
Yeah. But look, he's still probably going to shoot her. But Xavier jumps in front of her, and he's like, "Wait, forget this. I know about Annie," and he's distracting him, and he's like, "Look, I knew Annie. She died."
And now we know why his student ID only said the word student and didn't have his name.
Yeah.
Which is probably the biggest crock of shit in this whole show.
Yeah.
Because there is no there is no college ID in this country that does not have your fucking name on it.
I would like to have a driver's license that just says driver.
Well, I don't even know that. Well, some people probably would if they showed it.
It was so that he never knew his name and he could just show the picture and be like, I know Annie.
Yeah. Well, it's true for either way. But I was kind of like, don't tell him she's dead. Then he might go nuts.
I think I should have let him shoot Sinatra, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah,
based on what Xavier, let me ask you guys a question. Based on what Xavier knew at this moment, why did he protect Sinatra?
Because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's
because her daughter is 500 feet away.
Yeah. Our daughter's right there. Yeah. Yep. All right. Good answer. Good answer.
So anyway,
good answer. Yeah.
He does tell him that Annie died, which I said I was a little surprised because he doesn't know he's not going to go off the rails when he hears that. But the second part of that is
he doesn't just say she died. Link says, "Where is she?" And Xavier's not going to lie. Like he doesn't just volunteer the information.
Okay, I don't remember saying where
Dylan
is
she. Link says, "He's like, I know Annie." How he either says I was with her at Graceland, and Dylan I don't know if he says where is she or how is she, but he asks.
Okay.
Link asks.
I didn't remember him asking.
That's why he's not going to lie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize he asked. I missed that line. But either way,
it's kind of dumb where he says she's gone, and then he waits for Dylan to say how, what happened, giving birth to. Why didn't you just say she? Like, why does he withhold this? Birth. I know why for dramatic.
It's dramatic pause.
Dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Okay. So either way, he's like, she died giving birth to your child, and I know where she's at, and I can bring her to you as long as you don't kill Sinatra. Is basically.
He doesn't say that.
No, but that's what it was implying. At least I think it was. But yeah,
or he might have shot Xavier also.
Yeah, he could have. But then he wouldn't have found her. Now, okay, so they get in the car. This part really irritated me and made no sense to me. So they're in the car. They're getting away, okay? He's like, where's my baby? But here's the thing. Sinatra,
my baby! Where's my baby?
This is what irritated me. Why did Xavier have to go with Sinatra for her to go stop everything? Like, why did she pull him with her other than for her to stop at that moment at that room and say to him, I need you to do this? Like, why not just tell him now? And then he would have been in less danger. This part to me made absolutely no sense why she took him with him.
I think Xavier doesn't trust Sinatra to do what needs to be done. And I think Xavier was prepared to sacrifice himself, and Xavier intended to do it so his family could get away up until the moment Sinatra did it herself.
I guess. See,
that's how I thought it was too.
That's how you read it, AJ?
That's irritating. He should be with his family, but I get it. Okay, well, either way.
It's no good to be with your family if Sinatra lets a nuclear bomb go off and you all die.
Yeah, but if she lets the nuclear bomb go off, her family dies too. So I think
she's a psycho bitch.
Okay. Either way, he goes with her to the tower.
I just want to say,
no.
Thank you. I always put up a chat.
When you hear you're right, you put it up. I know. I was like, why are you looking at the sun, you idiot?
Because they haven't seen the sun for 3 years.
I know, but I'm like thinking, don't look directly at the sun. You're gonna end up blind.
He put his hand up.
He's not looking directly at the sun.
I just thought it was funny. Okay, so either way, Xavier goes with her, and Hadley does find her father over there. Okay, so she gives him the key card.
And then we don't hear the conversation at first.
Yeah, we don't hear it yet. We hear it after, but she says that, he has to save the world, and she's putting all this on his shoulders. She thinks he can take care of it. And yeah, he's got to go to.
And he's like, why do you think I would do this? She goes, I'm pretty sure you already have.
Yeah, which, okay, I think we all knew that was what, at least I figured that was like almost exactly what she was going to say. It was not surprising.
So now he runs so fast. I kept wishing, I'm like, where are all the cars? And then I thought, oh yeah, Gabby commandeered all the cars to evacuate everyone. There's no cars left in paradise.
Yeah, so he's clipping. He's going to try to catch up to him. And of course, they made you think he died. They want you to think that, but of course, nobody thought that. But he's on his way out. She's watching him actually to make sure he got out, I think. She's locking down the place because they do
like this part where they're like, okay, so our bunker is meant to repel a nuclear bomb from the outside, so it can probably keep a nuclear bomb inside also.
Well,
that theory works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Either
the best
way,
plan they got, right? It's the
I
best
mean,
plan
if
they
it
got.
doesn't let it in, why would it let it out? I mean, that's
Yeah, if the doors are strong
logical
enough
to
to
me.
withstand it,
Yeah.
it makes sense to me. So she's locking it down to do that. Although, don't they usually? The only thing is it's like they didn't need two people to do this. Usually, they have to have keys. You know, you need two people. They didn't do that,
No,
which
that's
I
to blow
actually
shit up.
appreciated. Huh?
That's to send the nuclear weapons. You need two keys.
I know. I just was kind of surprised at it. That's why when she first saw Xavier, she said, "I'm glad you're here. It's all playing out the way Alex foretold it." Okay. And you said that Link called him X, right? And that was how she realized.
Well,
Yeah.
because Link says to Terry, "What's your husband's name?" or "What's your father's name?" Your husband's name? Your father's name? To Presley. What's your father's name? Xavier.
Xavier.
People call him X. And so Link yells, "Xavier, X." And then when he says X, so that's just like whoop, whoop, whoop.
Light bulb went off.
Yep.
All right. So Hadley's like, "Where's mom?" And they realize she might, or maybe he asked her, but either way, she's not going to make it out. And
But
then
she knows where mom is.
I gotta go back for Xavier and leave my kids without a parent. Again, that's why sometimes those things irritate me. But Presley makes it back. I don't know if I have a picture, but Presley does make it back to Terry.
Yeah. I kind of didn't mind this part with Sinatra spending her last moments strolling the streets of paradise, the place she created, right?
Yeah, and remembering Dylan the way he was. Yeah, I like.
I mean, it was a little hokey when she goes up to the little horsey ride that her son loved, right?
No, see, that made perfect sense because
I liked it.
Yeah,
we've been saying she created this town because of her trauma over her son the whole time. So
yeah,
nice.
And she was okay with it.
And then she imagines him taking her hand, right?
Yeah.
And then the mountain go boom boom.
Yep.
Basically, that's a summary of that.
Yep.
So Terry's like, "No," and they pull away. And then they know that she's gone. Although we didn't see it, but I think because Alex predicted it, we can pretty much know that that's what happened.
She's dead. There's no fucking way you survive.
Jane wasn't, and I somehow missed that. So
she's been vaporized by a nuke.
It's funny. Kimberly just asked what we thought about them cutting to Jane in the shower, and I clearly Kimberly stepped away for a minute because I'm fucking furious that Jane's alive.
Yeah, see, I thought it was showing her body. Maybe it wasn't as clear because of the video.
It wasn't. Jamie, I paused
there was no body.
I walked up to my big TV and looked at it.
There was no body. It's actually funny because it took me a minute. I'm like,
TV Fury version. So
it's actually funny because I'm looking at the scenes happening and I'm like, what the hell are they showing me? And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, that's the shower and Jane's gone.
Okay, see, I thought, and I think the rest of us in the watch party did, that's why I said it might have been the video. I thought it was supposed to be her body laying there. So I missed.
Yeah, there was no body.
So AJ, do you think she stood up and crawled out or got out of that shower?
I think she got out of the whole fucking place. She's outside with everybody else somewhere.
I think Kimberly, maybe she blooped. Maybe she somehow, if this is about time and Alex changing time, and we saw those messages about how the killer can be stopped if you deliver a message, like, has she blooped out of the timeline? Has she never been born? Has she been sent to a different place?
Right now, let's put it this way. Assuming that Dylan is Dylan, he is the only anomaly at the moment. And now, you could be completely right. We can find out next season that that's exactly what happened with her. But I'm not entirely convinced that this is time travel. Like, for all we know, we're watching.
I agree.
This could be alternate realities. Like, it's an alternate reality, Dylan.
Alternate universe, like
that he crossed over. That that stuff we saw about Jane. It could that could be part of the alternate. I'm not ruling anything out at this point. I'm not accepting any at this point until I am told what it is. And then I will make an assessment as to if I like it or not.
I prefer for Jane to be dead because I think they wrote her into a corner and there's nothing else they can do with her. She's now a full-on murderous psycho. And like, really, what more character development can they do? What can her story be, right? And she wants to kill everyone and everybody knows it. So I don't really see how Jane has any sort of future storyline other than as a psycho who must be killed. So I really would prefer her to be dead, unless she were to come back a la Dylan in like an alternate body or something. I don't know. Right? Would you prefer her to be dead, AJ? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I prefer her to be dead.
Jamie, do you prefer her dead?
Yes, I prefer her dead. I was getting, I don't know whether it'll sync up or not, but I was getting the screen capture. I found it. Here it is. You are correct. She's gone. And
Yeah, I know I'm correct.
No, I know, but I'm saying it didn't look like that when we were I guess it was dark. It looked to me like it was supposed to be
dark. It's pretty dark.
Pretty dark, but it's pretty obvious there's no body.
Because they had made a point of earlier showing Gabby in her house and Jane's laying there, right? So when I saw
that's the problem I have with it.
Yeah,
maybe
which you know what? Maybe that's why Karen. You know what? Not for nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's dark, so I can't really say, but I don't notice any blood. So Karen, you might be onto something.
What's on the rug there? It's hard to tell. It could be blood. I don't know.
Could be a little blood like on the edge of the shower.
Oh, that could be actually a trail of blood coming from the shower. And I just don't see the blood in the shower.
Either way,
but I mean, Karen's theory is very plausible because, I mean, she did not move for hours.
So what do you think? Say that again. What do you think happened?
She didn't move for hours, and then all of a sudden she gets up and walks away.
That makes no sense. Like when we saw earlier in the episode where Gabby goes home and Jane is just in the shower.
Unless she was faking, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, you can't be faking when
you got stabbed. She got stabbed in the back.
No, I don't mean faking. I mean like pretending she was dead, so Jane would, or so.
She got stabbed in the back. She is bleeding profusely, and you lay there for hours with no medical attention, and you live.
And Gabby left the house and came back, and Jane was still in the shower.
Yeah.
Right? So she didn't make something she could have, right? Like, why would you do that? And now she seems to have blooped or something, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
it should be some kind of timey-wimey. We don't know. Either way, I am disappointed that I did not notice that or could not see that or whatever. Maybe it was just I didn't look close enough. I don't know, but I didn't realize it.
Given that the email message that the email that maybe was sent by Alex to the past, seemed to be about preventing Jane from, like, a killer is born, but you can stop her if you send the message at the right time, right? It seems like that message was about preventing Jane from becoming a killer, from doing what she was going to do, from killing a person. So, like, could she have blooped? Could she have been sent on a different path in life so that she never comes to be the killer that she's supposed to be, or she killed other people but not, like, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Kimberly says it could be multiverse, which I know you don't like. At least not when it comes to multiverse.
Well, that's what I said. I said that before.
Oh, did you put it up? I was just putting up.
You said it. Yeah,
I was. No, I said it.
Okay. No, I know, but I was looking for the picture. Alex can create new timelines. We saw a shower picture after Xavier goes and alters the timeline. That is possible. Yeah. That's have to wait till next season to see that. But it's possible. Okay, so anyway, Xavier is fine. He goes back to his family. Presley finds Jeremy, and they make. I love this. Look at his wife's face. I just love that she's okay with it. She's totally happy with it. He's like, no.
She's like, my little girl got a man.
Yeah.
He's like, stop.
And he's the president's son.
Yeah, although it looks like here the actor's kind of laughing, but he wasn't supposed to be. Now that I freeze framed it, it looks like he was laughing, but he wasn't in the scene.
I don't know. I mean, he says it's not, but he says it good-naturedly.
Yeah, he wasn't mad. But either way, I loved her expression. Okay, and then this is where Gabby's like, hi. And he's like, oh, hi, this is my wife. Yeah, that was awkward. And it wasn't awkward to Terry because Terry doesn't know.
This is my therapist.
It's awkward. Yeah, this is my therapist. Well, she technically was his therapist too, I guess.
She was. I mean, they only had sex once. And to be fair, she seemed to be using that encounter to whisper to him in the shower, right? It was a strategic sexual shower.
But also, he thought his wife was dead. So
it wasn't really. Dead, but I mean, what are we getting at? Do we think that Gabby likes him and is disappointed that his wife is alive? I don't think that.
Yes.
Yes, but I think more
I
than that,
don't
it was
think.
like she didn't know what to do. It was just like awkward.
Yeah, I mean,
to me.
it's awkward, but I think at the moment she was like, I think she was like, oh, good, I'm glad you made it back. But then again, she knew he was leaving to find his wife.
Yeah, she knew the
So
wife was
maybe-
alive. She was going to find his wife.
Yeah,
She knew
that's
the possibility.
true.
There
Never
may
mind.
still be a part of her that was a little disappointed.
It was just she could have been a little disappointed, but it was still awkward.
I mean,
Point was
I
that it was
could
awkward.
see I'd be awkward if I had a one night stand and then the guy introduced me to his previously dead wife. Yes, that would be awkward, right?
All
right. So this is where
they named the baby Annie, which I
Josh
thought that
Dillon,
Look, I would like to
has-
commend this program for having a fake baby that is the appropriate size, because usually it's like a 1-year-old that's supposed to be been born last week. And thank you, producers, for having a tiny newborn baby.
Yes, maybe it was one of theirs. Who knows?
But
And then
I
they
was watching
flash to the scene where we find out the rest of the conversation that we didn't hear, which we've already talked about.
Yeah, that's next. But
right.
he asked what the baby's name is. He says, I just called it Annie's baby, and he says, well, I like the name Annie.
I kind of always liked the idea that Xavier gave the respect of not naming the baby because he intended to bring her to her father and let the father name the baby, right?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
So, at the risk of tearing off,
go.
I have one more thing I would like to say, and then something really cool that I want to say.
Okay. Can we
all right.
finish?
But Jamie wants to wrap it up.
This is about Paradise.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I didn't realize it was about Paradise. The way you said it, it sounded like it was something completely irrelevant. Go ahead.
Dylan was about 10 or 11 when Hadley was 2 or 3. The math worked.
Shut up. He was dead when he was 10 or 11. Come on.
Yes. He died at 10 or 11, and Hadley was 2 or 3. The math worked.
We know he was that age at least, because when she's remembering him and holding his hand, that's the age he was when he died.
Yes, but I thought Hadley was older. All right.
Anyway.
Stop trying to make me believe it. Of all the things on the show, that's the one thing I gotta believe.
Okay.
Come on.
Now,
anyway,
this is the most important thing.
Child says if she's a man, you call him a womanizer.
Wait, if she was a man, you become
meaning Gabby. I'm guessing.
If Gabby was a man, I'd become a womanizer because she had sex with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
If she was a man, you become a womanizer.
Maybe the whole shower sex scene, but yeah, that was strategic. So
I get what you're saying. All right.
But yeah, I see it.
And Kim, I wasn't going to mention it. I did roll my eyes when it started playing, but
I thought of AJ immediately. But at least we've been hearing that one cover song the whole season, right?
Yeah.
Like sort of the theme song.
They couldn't spring for Phil Collins just for the finale. Come on.
I know, right? Come on.
Anyway,
he needs the money. Phil Collins needs the money.
Okay.
Everybody listen.
Everybody listen.
If you go online, and if you should be able to find it, and if you can't find it, just go on to Paramount and watch the episode. You got the Sterling K. Brown interview on The Daily Show last week is amazing. Might be one of the funniest interviews I've ever seen.
Oh,
okay. I'll have to
Does he talk about the show much?
Yeah,
he can't give anything away, but
I mean, he talks about the show, but it's more of the stuff about himself. The conversation is just fucking great.
Great.
Okay. All right. So she tells him about what he needs to do to save the world and that he already did. And she says that deep underneath the Denver airport. And I'm guessing the horse is like representative of like that horse that Dylan.
Anybody from Denver? Is that a real statue at the airport?
No idea.
All I know is as they were going down, the horse had red eyes.
Really?
It did?
It was probably just a camera.
Red eyes.
All right, I'm gonna Google. Give me a second. I'm gonna Google.
It was probably just a glare or something. I have a theory. I forgot I have a theory. I think that card that for user Xavier. I think those are coordinates to another bunker that Alex had built. That nobody else
not this bunker, a different bunker. Interesting.
Yeah.
The bunker. Oh, not Alex's bunker, a third bunker.
I think there's a third bunker that Alex somehow built itself.
Okay, I just Googled Denver Airport horse statue. It is colloquially known as, it's a blue Mustang called Blucifer. It's a blue statue, and it has glowing red eyes.
Oh, see, I was right about that. So I wasn't just seeing shit.
Can you guys see
No,
this
they're
picture?
right. They're painted
Can't see
red,
it.
I guess.
You can't see it.
But either way,
Google it.
he's he's looking at it like I'm on my way there. That's where he's headed.
Eventually, not right now,
Yeah,
right?
I know. I'm just saying it's season 3.
All right.
We gotta watch that. I hope that season 3 comes as fast as season 2 did. Season 2 wasn't that far from season 1. I feel like
No, it
was
was
a good
not.
time. They've
Well,
already
we
finished.
still have For All Mankind.
Yeah. All right, guys. I am going to disappear for a little bit. I'll hang around till you guys are done.
All right.
So,
All right, one more show is For All Mankind. It was the start of season 5. AJ, I kind of love the title card for starters. It's a little 70s sort of anti-Vietnam War kind of thing going on, right? It's a little bit carryover from last season. I kind of liked it. I'm not sure I 100% love this episode, but I often don't, look, there's every season finale, you either started with an awesome or you started with a setup. And this was a little bit of a setup, right?
Well, you got to introduce the new characters.
Yes.
Who I got to say, I'm going to miss Marcus if we don't get more of him. I don't know what I just loved that kid right away. He was really fun.
This is Marcus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just loved Marcus. Like, he's just, maybe because he reminds me of me.
I'm glad that you loved him because I think one of the things this show has look, I like the show a lot. I'm with it into season 5, as are you. I love it. I think a thing that this show struggles with really its commitment to Ed as the main character through all of this, right? And I think, look at poor Joel Kinnaman with all that makeup on. I think, they're committed to Ed, and Ed is a really flawed person who never learns and never grows and makes the same mistakes over and over again, while they killed off a lot of other characters. And I think they've really struggled to have the younger generation. Look, they killed the younger generation has not really stuck. They had to really write both of Gordo's kids out of it.
We still got Kelly.
I think that Kelly is a little problematic and not really able to take over the role, like the show. I think that they have really been stuck in their commitment to Ed, and to a certain extent, at least Danny was better. They've committed to the older people. I would have preferred that maybe they killed Ed and went with Karen, who really had a growth arc that was really interesting, maybe rushed, but interesting. And she grew and changed, whereas Ed is just the same annoying, stupid Ed who does the same stupid shit all the time, right? But they're committed to Joel Kinnaman. He must have a great contract. But they don't really, there's been no, Aleda is like a younger generation, but she's a season 1 flagship character, right?
Her and Ed, I think, are the only ones from season 1 that are left.
Yeah, we haven't seen Danny.
Oh, and what's her face? Margot.
Oh, and Margot, yeah. Who there were no pictures. By the way, I want to say, as we jump into this, that I always complain that Apple TV, for we watch Silo, we watch Invasion, they give us like 4 or 5 photos for every episode, right? They gave us 15 photos for this episode. So woohoo. So how'd you like the episode?
I thought it was, a good episode, kind of like, I mean, you and I talked about this off camera. But I love the opening montages. I always get such a kick out of I like the opening, to the point where I'll actually stop and read the newspaper articles, and if I miss something, I'll back it up. Yeah,
I don't know why they're obsessed with John Lennon being still alive, but other than that, they're really.
I love the Al Gore. I love the Al Gore stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah. And particularly in these season opening episodes, they're important for you to get through the time. There's always like a 5 to 10 year time jump in between seasons, right? And that opening montage of all the news kind of helps you get yourself up to speed of what happened. Not in terms of the characters, never, but in terms of the
And I liked it. It was Ellen. Was she the president?
Ellen stepped down at the end of last season when she
No.
was
I know,
dead, right?
but that was her name, Ellen, right? But that was her name, Ellen, right?
Ellen, yeah, Ellen.
Okay, I liked that she wrote a memoir.
Oh yeah, I love that, and that her vice president ran for president.
Yeah,
I mean, he was always
And
more. She picked him because he was. Remember, she picked him because he was conservative, and she needed him on her ticket.
Yeah,
And now this big conservative guy is the president, right?
yeah, and against everything that she believed in.
Yeah. We talked a little bit off camera, I think, about the way this show is not at all the same, but it's echoing a little bit of what we saw in The Expanse, which was Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt, and the economic tension, and the workers being. It's funny because the workers felt they were being abused for the enrichment of Earth. In this case, I like how they've driven it. Like, Earth is really, workers on Earth are suffering as resources are found on Moon and Mars, right?
Yes and no, but I mean, but Earth tried screwing Mars in the first place because they tried taking the asteroid.
Well, and that was the whole Miles thing from last season, really, right?
Yeah.
Miles and from last season, yeah. And we saw how it paid off. Like, Mars has really expanded. In the time jump, Mars has become like a huge colony.
Yeah. What'd you think about the immediate reveal that Lily is the one going around spray painting shit?
Well, it was immediate, but not because.
Well, we didn't know who she was yet.
We didn't know who she was yet, right? Like, I loved it. I liked that scene. I liked that whole Free Mars thing. I'm kind of into the Free Mars storyline for this season. I'm here for it. And we saw her run. She was being chased by Celia, who you recognize Celia, right?
Yeah, I know. This is the first time they've worked together since The Killing, probably.
Yes, Meryl Anus, who was with Joel Kinnaman in The Killing. Her work. Not The Killing. The Killing? No, it was called
Yeah, The Killing.
The Killing, yeah. And her work, she was incredible. I think she was nominated for an Emmy. Her work was incredible on that. She was an amazing actress on that.
Yeah, but the storyline was awful, if you remember correctly. We hated it.
Her storyline, remember, she was like had a kid, and she was an alcoholic and all that. We did enjoy that show for many episodes until it went sideways. And she and Joel Kinnaman both did incredible work. I'm looking forward to them having scenes together, hopefully. Yeah. As much as I hate this, because I just feel like, come on, do we have to have Ed? But I'm looking forward to seeing them together. So yeah, I love seeing like that. It turned out that it was Lily who was the Free Mars spray painter, and that she might be one of the rare next generation. This reminds me of how soap operas try to have the teens and they age them up and try to have them have storylines, and can they ever become a thing on the show? And like Lily, I think, has the most potential. We have a gang of teens. There are 4 teens that we met.
And we already lost one. Marcus went back to Earth already.
Marcus went to Earth to go to college, right?
Yeah.
Lily is also supposed to go to Earth, to Tulane, right, to meet her sister.
Yeah, she's going in a couple months.
And she's the daughter of Miles. This girl is named forget her name is Goltanya, I think, something like that. She's Russian, speaks Russian, and then this is Alex. And it looks like a humongous colony, but the high school graduating class is 4 people. It's a tiny, tiny school that's on this planet, right?
And Alex, who has committed to staying on Mars and doing everything, we find out later he has his mom's AI goggles, and we see him dreaming about being on a beach, which you ain't gonna find on Mars.
He dreamed about being back on Earth, right? And he keeps telling.
Well, not back on Earth. He's never been on Earth.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He lived on Earth for the first 6 or 7 years of his life. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's right. He was with Grandma.
And Kelly. He was born on the Helios orbiting craft over Mars.
Yeah.
Remember, she was impregnated. She got pregnant, and then she carried him on Mars. Goes up to
Yeah.
Helios to give birth. Goes to Earth. Lives with the grandma. And when he's like 6 or 7 years old, Kelly brings him back
They
to
went
Mars.
back to Mars. I completely forgot he was on Earth for a little while.
He's Mars Boy. I mean, I think AJ calls him Mars Boy. I'm surprised that he's not. He says like, "I love Mars. I want to stay here," but
he
sounded
doesn't.
he sounded like a robot when he said it, right?
Yeah.
I love Mars. I want to stay here. AJ's like, I can't wait to get the hell off this planet, right? I want to go. I want to get out of here. Here's AJ, and then Lily also feels like her parents are kicking her off. They like, you got to go to Tulane. You got to study. Her parents want to send her back to Earth, I think. And Lily wants to stay also, don't you think? Because she's a rebel at heart.
Yeah, and she asks her dad later in the episode to be part of the meeting, and he's like, I'll think about it.
Which is like the opposite of Grandpa, who's like almost begging
Alex
to come to the meetings, right? What do you think about, how did you feel about Ed still being all up in the Mars rights thing?
I'm fine with it.
I mean,
Ed's a Martian for life because if he leaves Mars, he's just gonna die.
Well, he's been convicted in the opening montage. He's been convicted in absentia, and he's gonna go to prison if he goes back to Earth. Right?
No, if he goes back to Earth, he's gonna die. The doctor told him the only thing keeping his cancer at bay
being on Mars
is the lighter gravity on Mars.
Yeah, but he also has been convicted in absentia.
Well, yeah, that whatever.
He also has ever since Shane died. He's really not wanted to go back down to Earth. No. Really, he stayed on Moon. He stayed here, but I think his Mars rights thing was always disingenuous. Like, I think he was more pissed off at NASA and pissed off at Helios. I don't think Ed really cares about the rights of the worker as much as he just hates the billionaire boss. And now he's buds with Devil.
You know what? I can definitely see that.
You agree with that, right? Like, it's not like, oh, Miles, I really wish that you could make $1 more per hour. No, he's like, I hate NASA is his thing, right? So there's a storyline where Alex goes dirt biking on the surface, which seems like a really bad idea, right?
Looked fun.
Yeah, because riding some motorcycle by himself, which I'm pretty sure that nobody is supposed to go out on the surface by themselves, right? Like, shouldn't you be accompanied? When he had that accident,
that's the point.
when he had that accident, I mean, I never thought he would die because he's Alex, right? He's like royalty on this show, but I thought something bad might happen to him, and I was a little surprised when he found a dead body out there. And it sets up the whole episode where we have Celia, who is being asked to play a part in the investigation, right?
Yeah, because she was the one that was like, something doesn't add up.
What do you think about that storyline?
I don't know what to make of it yet because, I mean, we got to get a little more information because, I mean, they go and they accuse the last person you'd think it would be.
Yeah, right?
But apparently his DNA, I forget, it was his DNA or his fingerprints or something. I don't remember why they went and arrested him.
They do almost no investigation. They assume he killed himself, right? And then it's only when Celia says, like, I think that his throat looks different, they find out that he was probably killed inside the settlement and dragged outside to look like he was.
Yes, because his eardrums didn't pop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, and it's really Celia who she's obviously a good investigator.
And that's why she's been invited to join the investigation.
So I was a little worried, but I think I was like, oh, is this season gonna be a murder mystery? No, it's not. That's not the show we're watching. I'm hoping they're setting up the murder mystery to be it's going to be a bigger story, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think the murder mystery, because I mean, clearly he's been I forget the character's name. that's been framed, or that they think did it. That they
Oh,
think killed.
they framed their guy that's been their Korean friend since like season 3, right?
Yeah.
The North
Yeah.
Korean guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly been framed.
Oh yeah.
That's going to play into whatever the point of the season is.
Yeah. Because the montage set up a lot of politics where Korea, like North Korea, stepped out of the M7 agreement and they went with Pakistan and India. Like there's a lot of this we saw this political movement, realignment of countries working together and not all getting adequate return from what they're spending on Mars, right?
Yeah. And then you have Dev pissing off Alita again.
Oh yeah, there's no picture of Dev, but the whole lead. By the way, I love. Do you know how? Remember how like every season premiere starts with Margot getting dressed in the morning?
Oh yeah, I had forgotten about that.
And this one had Alita getting her family up and out, and Margot getting dressed in prison.
Yeah.
They did not provide a photo of Margot in the dump. I'm kind of okay with where Margot is right now. I think Margot's okay. What do you think about Margot's situation right now?
Yeah, I mean, she's she's as old as Ed is, So, I mean, she had her time. I mean, I think she's going to help Alita a little bit with, here and there with, thinking things through. But
I think being in prison in the United States, in the women's prison,
it's a lot better than being in a gulag.
I think it's even a lot better than like living in that apartment, working for Roscosmos, but never knowing when you might be arrested, right? Like I think maybe Margot has a better routine. And then we find out that Alita shows up and brings her like all this crazy math to help her with, and she's actually getting to work on the space program, even in prison, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like Margot
unofficially.
Not officially, but I feel like Margot's situation is actually like she might
terrible.
be really okay with it. It's better than maybe where she was in Moscow, right? Where she like was so bored.
And she has Tootsie Rolls that are like gold.
That's right. She can sell them for cigarettes or whatever. I mean, Alita being basically the boss of Helios, I'm not sure about that. Like,
why? I'm perfectly okay with that.
I mean, I like her, and I like that she's grown into it. Like when I look at Alita when we first met her, and she was such a shit show and living in that trailer and all. Like, I'm happy that she grew into it. I like they use Helios. Like first, Karen grew into it, right? Sorry that she died, but Karen grew into Helios, and now Alita's grown into Helios, and I like it.
Karen, I swear, I still hate Karen's death. That was the worst death. I mean, aside from the fact that I felt I wanted to see Karen continue, her death was awful. It was so stupid.
It was horrible. Plus, they already killed Molly in that, so we had our sacrifice. And they killed Karen to save Jimmy, and then they wrote Jimmy out anyway. Like Jimmy went to prison, never seen again, right? Like she didn't save him from anything. And Karen was the character, like as we talked about, like Ed is the same guy who makes the same mistakes. Like he's really the same guy he was in episode 1, right? In 1960.
Just older.
He's all like, I'm an astronaut and I'm the shit, and I like everybody should worship me and nobody tell me what to do, blah blah. And he's still that guy. He's never changed. He makes the same mistakes over and over and over again. I think he's still making a lot of mistakes with Alex, right? I don't think he's ever really seen him. Karen really grew so much and changed, and then they killed her. Worst death on the show.
I mean, we'll have to see where it goes, but I do think that Ed might maybe realize that Alex isn't as happy as he claims to be because he found the AI goggles and saw what he's been looking at. So
that he might want to go back. It would be really sad that Ed never wants to go back. Alex wants to go back and really can't, right? Because his body can't really take her. All right, so I think we've talked about most of what happened on the. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't really talk about Miles. So Miles has gone straight. He seems to be running Ilya's, but Ilya is still his partner. Instead of Ilya's being an underground bar, it's now like he runs like the food court.
It's a rest. Yeah, I mean, it's a restaurant. I mean, there's a picture on the wall of him and his wife and Ilya that says "Founders."
Yeah, it's like a restaurant and a gift shop and a whole thing, right? And he's gone legit, kind of, which is funny because where he was last year fighting for rights or whatever. But
yeah. What did you actually, real quick? What did you, their little meeting where they're like, "We need to do more stuff," and he's like, "No." He's like, "That was before. Now we're at a point where it's just inch by inch to get what we want."
Yeah,
he's kind of grown over the last 10 years, even though we didn't see it.
well, I think it's a little bit like he has more, so he has more to lose. Like he was a guy that was like, "Oh, I came to Mars and I'm actually making less than they told me, and I have to fight for everything I get." Now, I feel like now he's management a little bit, not
right?
full management, but I think that his might be, I don't know, but his might be a story of a guy who got some money and now doesn't support the workers as much as he used to. Maybe. I'm really sorry that Samantha's in prison because I liked her a lot last season.
Yeah.
I would love her to come back, but I guess not. But I don't know. I think Miles might be a little like the case of a guy who gets some money and now wants to protect what he has.
Do you think they said about her still being in prison to remind us that she was in prison? Or do you think they mentioned her because we're going to see her again?
I would love to see her again. I thought she was a very compelling and charismatic character last season.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
And she really drove Miles to take risks and to stand up. I mean, I think I do see this being set up as like Miles is on the committee and Ed's on the committee, but they seem to have different goals, right?
Well, Ed's always just advance, you know? Like you said, he hasn't changed.
No, and he really, like, he's even this much closer to like Ed is not, I'm not sure that I think Ed has ever really cared about anybody but himself. I mean, I think he loved Karen, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think early on he did. He definitely what was his buddy there? John Gordo, thank you. You know, I definitely think he did early on, and I think,
and yet he pushed Gordo, and is really responsible for a lot of Gordo's problems. Like he could never, he was so macho, he could never be like, "Oh, Gordo can never go back. Gordo is like broken, he can never go back." No, he was like, "Come on, Gordo, man up, go to the moon again."
Yeah.
He never, and he's kind of like that with his grandson still, right?
Yeah.
Like he really has not learned. He lost Shane, he lost Gordo, he has never learned. So he's a bit of a gadfly on that committee. Like he's like, "Oh yeah, let's fight the man, let's do this, let's do that." Whereas I think Miles is a little bit more like, "Yeah, I get it, but now I have my wife and kid." Like he was a big.
I do think that Miles is right though. It's different tactics now, you know.
Yes, and I think having his wife and kid on the station is a different thing for him.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
And he's a bit more of a businessman, but I think his heart's in the right place. Which is where it goes. I mean, this is giving me real like 19. So it's set in, now we're in 2012-ish, I think, on the show, right? But
no, I think it's early aughts.
Oh, okay, like 02-ish maybe. But this is giving me like a very sort of,
I could be wrong. You could be right.
Vibe, right? Like this reminds me of like when you would see like Jane Fonda with the army helmet with a flower on it kind of thing, right? This reminds me of. I love also that we are talking about this show about a space station on the moon, right? And tomorrow the Artemis rocket is going to do a loop around the planet, around the moon, which, do you remember in season 1, it was a lot of it was about how Ed and Gordo orbited the moon and never touched down. They didn't get their chance. They were an Apollo like 10 or whatever, right? And Apollo 11 gets a touch, or 13 gets a touchdown or whatever, right? Remember all that? And
Yeah.
tomorrow we have this show is set in like 02. There's a station on Mars, and we're in 26 now, and just sending another thing to the moon. I kind of love that we're in that conversation. Anyway, you liked it? I liked it. I was encouraged, right?
Yep.
All right, so I hope that
That was
Apple includes
good episode introduced.
Yep. I would like to see Danny, and that's the only other character really that we didn't see was Danny, right? Everybody was in this episode, really except Danny. All right. All right, Jamie, you're there. We're about done. Jamie.
Yes, I am
Jamie,
here. Here. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, my picture's up too. I was fixing. I didn't want to do this. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. I eventually, hopefully, we'll catch up with that show. We'll see.
Yeah,
but
right.
Thanks everybody for coming. Don't forget that we have a Daredevil live stream, deep dive at 11 Eastern on Thursday, and we'll have a 9:30 watch party that night. But we can watch it tonight if you guys want to. I don't want to watch it by myself, but if you're going to come over, we could watch it at get ready 15 minutes. We'll say 1:30. It's 1:15 now. Yeah, if you guys want to, let me know. If not, I'll go watch it elsewhere. So by myself. So let me know. But please also don't forget that Tuesday at 8 Eastern PM, we have our S.H.I.E.L.D. interview with James Paxton. Sorry, what were you going to say? You said, were you going to say something?
I just forgot one thing I want to say. I want to say one more thing about For All Mankind.
Okay, go ahead.
There's going to be a new character coming this season, and that character, you know what the character's name is?
What's that?
AJ.
Okay.
There's a pilot coming into AJ.
That's cool.
And you're right, Karen. This season is around 2010, 2012-ish area.
All right. So
anyway,
thanks, Jamie, for setting all that up.
Yeah, as I was saying, James Paxton plays the young John Garrett. He played the same role his father played in S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's Tuesday at 8, and we will have a watch party for that Monday night to watch the 3 episodes he was in, like we did for Axel. And yes, as Dieter says, become a member. You'll find things out early.
Subscribe. Your next step is be a member. Do your thing.
And please like the video, hype it if you can. Subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision and share the video, all that good stuff. And we will be having from interviews as well soon. Lots of stuff coming up. So join our Discord if you haven't. It's linked in the chat. That way you can find out our schedule and all that stuff.
Okay, and so join us next Tuesday. We will drop Paradise, of course. We'll keep the other 3 shows.
Yes.
For our recap. Okay?
All right.
Guys. Thank you.
Night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.